Are you still quoting 30-year-old movies? Have you said cool beans in the past 90 days? Do you think Discover isn't widely accepted? If this sounds like you, you're stuck in the past. Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. And every time you make a purchase with your card, you automatically earn cash back. Welcome to the now. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/credit card, based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Out here, there's no one way of doing things. No unwritten rules, and no shortage of adventure. Because out here, the only requirement is having fun. Bank of America invites kids 6 to 18 to golf with us. For a limited time, sign them up for a free 1-year membership, giving them access to discounted tee times at thousands of courses. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/golf with us. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Restrictions apply. See BofA.com/golf with us for complete details. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
Are your business expenses playing hide and seek? With Uber for Business, the small spends that slip through the cracks, like rides and meals, go right where you need them. Because it integrates with leading expense platforms, you can say goodbye to surprise costs, missing dollars, or chasing receipts. Everything's track downable. Uber for Business. Make small steps that make a big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
Summer's here, and you can now get almost anything you need for your sunny days delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? Well, you can't get a well-groomed lawn delivered, but you can get a chicken parmesan delivered. A cabana? That's a no. But a banana? That's a yes. A nice tan? Sorry, nope. But a box fan? Happily, yes. A day of sunshine? No. A box of fine wines? Yes. Uber Eats can definitely get you that. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol in select markets. Product availability may vary by region. See app for details.
This episode is brought to you by PetSmart. Stop by for Yappy Hour with your pet at PetSmart. Save $5 on walk-in grooming services like nail trims, ear cleaning, brushing, and more. No appointment needed every weekday from 2 to 6 p.m. And while you're there, Yappy Hour includes exclusive in-store deals, like 25% off pet toys. Visit services.petsmart.com/grooming to learn more.
This podcast contains mature content, explicit language, suggestive situations, and partial to full frontal nudity. Listener discretion is advised. Don't let your kids listen to this.
You guys think no butt is easy. It's not easy, man.
It's the easiest.
It's not easy.
I just did it.
I did it back. That's how hard it is.
That's how easy it is. No butt is the easiest thing. The hard thing to do, which is why improv is thought of in a different way than no butt, and the yes and is important, to go with whatever someone's saying, no matter how ridiculous it might be, is the craft of improv.
Yeah, but
anyone could just say, no, I don't like what you said.
No. See, no but. No but doesn't just stop at no. It's no but. You have to have something. I'll teach you one day the secrets of the no but.
No, you won't, because I already know how to do it. Look, I just did it again.
You're not doing it right.
I am doing it right, because I keep having a rebuttal for everything you say.
No, you don't.
And it's essentially a no but. Yes, I do, because I just rebutted this.
We'll figure it out.
What do you mean we'll figure it out?
We'll do it today.
I've figured it out.
No, you haven't.
I'm great at the yes and, I'm great at the no but.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Oh, yes, and.
Yes, no, maybe. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you. Hey.
Oh, boy, here we go. Whatever Amin says, I'm going to tell you. It's not going to be good.
I've decided not to tell you.
72 times an episode? What do you mean?
You guys act like you don't have any verbal tics.
I'm going to be honest with you, because if I don't say I'm going to be honest with you, assume that I'm lying.
Well,
and when he says, I'm going to be honest with you, that's what I think, oh, he's lying the most.
Hold on.
I always assume you're lying, but when he said, I'm going to be honest with you, I think, oh, here comes a real big lie.
You know but his preface.
Yes.
This is perfect because on the one end of this sandwich, Mayes says, if I say, I'm going to be honest with you, that means every time I don't say that, I'm lying. And on the other end of the sandwich, Zach can say, but when he says, I'm going to be honest with you, he's especially lying in that moment.
The biggest lies, yes.
So what's in the sandwich? I mean, lies.
Now, you've seen how bad things can get and how quick they can get that way. Well, they can get a whole lot worse. So we're not going to fight anymore.
You think this dude's gonna take Ed down?
MVP is going to blow Ed out of the water.
He's the most valuable primate.
You betray the law.
I'm sorry, misogynist. Men are hoes too.
You've said hoes 58 times in this episode, and I'm the misogynist?
You unbelievable, man.
Wait, you guys have notes about 9/11 for this movie?
How do you not?
Yap about this and yap about that and yap all night long. Fucking yap.
It was in my dream. That's not how I feel.
It is how you feel. It was in your dream.
Some of us like to be prepared.
How are you not taking accountability for your mind?
Because I know I'm lying. Like, I know for a fact I'm lying.
You sick little bitch.
It was awful. It was incredibly boring. It was long. It was stupid. It was horribly written. The acting was terrible. It was a huge piece of shit. You're a fraud. It's a phobe.
So everybody just be very respectful.
But he's dead now, right? So we can't make fun of him?
Is he dead? No, if he's dead, we can make fun of him. If he's still sick, we can't.
Hold on.
If he's dead, we can make fun of him.
Yeah.
I don't think we can.
Whenever I hear numbers, my head converts them into chess moves or seats at the guard.
I don't know what happened to you, man. You used to be cool, and then you got blarted.
You tried to peg AIDS on me in the T-Rex episode?
That's my fault for not remembering what century I was in, bitch.
It's been a good run. Thanks for playing. See you at the eulogy.
You want the punani?
I don't require Ed to have a condom because I trust him.
Anthony, you're going to be busy today, huh?
Yeah, it's nothing new, chef.
Hoes! I am an alcohol segregationist.
That thing's going to move up like R. Kelly.
Salute to all the old ladies around the world. I love you.
You got horses. What you need, a thoroughbred.
Sometimes my emotions are just roaring like a T-Rex.
That's a lot of pussy.
I'm not in here with you. You're in here with me.
Welcome to Cinephobe, the podcast. We break down the movies you're afraid to admit you love. I'm Zach Harper. That's Amin and that's Anthony Mayes. Make sure you listen to us on Spotify. I'm going to drop your ass off a cliff. Let me tell you.
Whoa. Spoiler alert.
What if I tell you I love you?
I wish we could do that scene first.
CT5 Best Liars. Holy shit.
Top the list.
Ben Stiller, move the fuck over.
Oh.
Move the fuck over.
We haven't done that one yet, right?
No, we haven't done.
Next time we're doing it because this kid at the top.
Spotify is where you can leave a comment, like the comments on The Glimmerman. Dan O'Connor says, allowing Mayes to talk was the best decision in all of Cinephobe history.
What?
Was I allowed to talk?
He just wanted to get his comment read here. Come on. Get your tongue out of his ass.
Hey, Pander.
Panda Express.
Oh.
Michael Clark said, I phobed this shit because my dad loved all Seagal films. They're good. Then you realize Seagal doesn't fucking move.
Damn! He's too fat.
And Christopher King said, Seagal is automatic phobe. I'd rather watch a Van Damme movie back to back than a Seagal movie. The same movie, even.
Well, that's not a punishment. Hey, there's something I don't like. I'd rather have Gina Gershon have sex with me. Like, what are you talking about?
I love that.
Jamie said, I'm powering through the back catalog, and the Quincy conversation has come up before, almost word for word, between Zach and Amin.
The hits?
No white Quincy's.
I took it a step further on Levitard today. Went top 5 athlete names that connote black guy, but actually white guy.
Dante DiVincenzo?
No. But. Now I'm bad at no but. How have you done this?
You've been bad at it. Leave us a review. Leave a comment. Make sure you check out the CT5 episodes on the main feed. Leave us your CT5 suggestions and lists on social media or in the Discord by subscribing to patreon.com/countthedings. You get access to ad-free episodes, extended cold opens, rewatching and live events, even the old ones. Often get episodes early, access and discounts on live show tickets, get access to our Discord, and all of our extra content, not just for Cinephobe, but across the entire Count the Dings network. If you have a submission, submit it. Reminder needs to be 40% or lower on the Rotten Tomatoes audience or critic score. All right, recently Amin had us get totally naked so we could be vengefully arrested with law-abiding citizen. Then we started a new and improved daisy chain.
That was this year. Good Lord.
Yeah, man.
Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain.
I used prison to keep us staying cheeked up with the French Foreign Legion and Lionheart.
Did you?
Kiss my balls.
Mays used Scotsman to link us to ope our way through surviving 24 hours with the pest. Amin used $50,000 to link us to letting the prisoners know that was ridiculous and way out of line with dirty work. I had to snort revenge to get coked up enough to rappel down Devil's Cauldron to find the bonsai plutonium tree that is Karate Kid 3. Mays used Vietnam vets to jungle cat toward a man roaring up into the heavens in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Amin used Bourbon Street to hitchhike from seedy motel to seedy motel, looking to smash a major in an X-major way with Jack Reacher, never go back. I used fingerprints to have us box out Coca-Cola vending machines in the Roman Coliseum with Double Team. Mays used driving through a river to put the town on alert while avoiding sex with the mayor during Dante's Peak. Amin used 1997 volcano movies to help us throw a man 5 inches beyond flowing lava as we melted away with Volcano. I used the city of Los Angeles to throw the daisy chain through countless windows for the Glimmerman. Mays used Endless Rain to pull out a Penthouse magazine to jack it as suspect number 1 in everybody's death during Final Destination. Amin used numerology to have us obsessed that our wife's good male friend plowed her 23 times in our dreams with the number 23. Mays swapped pics with me to bring Robin to the diddling empire that is Wayne Manor for Batman Forever. What was the daisy chain used there? I forgot to put that in.
A boy named Robin.
A boy named Robin, that's right. Now it's my turn, and I'm using someone holding onto your hand to save you from falling to your death below to link us to the 1993 psychological drama, psychological thriller, drama, thriller.
Stop!
The Good Son.
Stop it!
It is absolutely my hashtag strategy.
Are you yelling at me or IMDb? This is IMDb.
You're its puppet.
Oh, that I can't deny.
Psychological thriller, guys. That's it.
The Good Son stars Macaulay Culkin, Elijah Wood, and Wendy Crewson.
Who?
Macaulay, you know from Uncle Buck, Home Alone 1 and 2, My Girl, Richie Rich, and still having them Oakleys. Clip it, Maze.
You still got them Oakleys?
Richie Rich is a Dairy Queen.
Elijah was in Forever Young, Deep Impact, The Faculty, Green Street Hooligans, Wilfred, and future Cinephobe, The Trust.
Huck Finn, North, Flipper, Lord of the Rings.
Back to the Future, 2.
Wendy was in the Santa Claus franchise, Air Force One, The Sixth Day, and Room.
6-Day Future Cinephobe. Woo, I can't wait, man.
David Morse from The Rock, The Negotiator, Contact, Proof of Life, Disturbia, and The Hurt Locker.
Great character actor.
Always a cop or military guy. Knocks it out the park every single time.
Daniel Hugh Kelly from Cujo, and this is the rest of the cast. Our only 2 repeat offenders from this cast are Guy Strauss from The Invention of Lying and Pui Fan Lee from Passenger 57. Oh, and then one more, Dale Restaghini from Money Train.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Jacqueline Brooks from Sea of Love and Naked Gun 2.5. Quinn Culkin, also from Home Alone. Ashley Crow from Little Big League, Minority Report, and Heroes. And Rory Culkin, pictured only.
Yes.
You Can Count on Me, Signs, Scream 4.
That is...
You're dead. In the movie.
Counts as a repeat offender for the future, right?
Half.
The Whoopi Goldberg rule kicks back in.
The Good Son was directed by Joseph Rubin. Joey Rubes directed Sleeping with the Enemy, which is one of the biggest files of the 90s. The Stepfather and repeat offender for directing Money Train.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Sleeping with the Enemy, 24% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What? Swap picks. It was written by Ian McEwan. He's written some books that turned into movies nobody has ever heard of.
No, that's not true. He's got one book that turned into Oscar-winning movie.
Atonement.
Oh, yeah.
He also wrote a book called The Plowman's Lunch.
Oh, boy.
In there.
That is such a British fucking title.
The Plowman's Lunch?
The Plowman's Lunch.
That's a Brazzers title.
It's a porn title.
What are you talking about?
British porn. In it.
In it, indeed. Synopsis for The Good Son. A young boy stays with his aunt and uncle and becomes friends with his cousin, a boy of the same age who shows increasing signs of violent and psychopathic behavior.
Yeah, that's it.
Tagline, in a quiet town, in a comfortable home, in a perfect body, evil can be as close as someone you love.
What
the fuck?
Is that The Plowman's Lunch?
Oh, shit. Sorry, I was on the wrong one. We've got 5 other taglines.
Yeah, that was a pretty wordy tagline. Let's get something better here.
3 of them are not in English.
Oh.
But I will try to read them anyway.
Okay.
Visiting the relatives isn't always a treat.
Okay.
Das Boss hat viel Gesichter. Translation for German, evil has many faces.
That's the one I saw on the poster.
Yeah, me too.
In English.
El mal tiene muchas caras.
Well, that's Spanish.
Evil has many faces. Spanish DVD. How about this Hungarian one? Aganos Igazi Arca, the true face of evil. And then last tagline in English, evil has many faces.
I thought that was the main tagline.
I think that's a good tagline, but also doesn't totally make sense.
I mean, I guess it technically fits for the movie, but not really. That would be a better one for Fallen.
Ooh, that would be a great one.
Yeah, or if we got any other kind of evil in this movie other than one kid.
Well,
no.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Well,
$17 million estimated budget, grossed $44.7 million US, $60.6 million worldwide. It's a hit.
I think it was a $28 million budget.
Oh.
But I think most of that comes down to the production, which we'll talk about in the trivia.
The trivia is heavy.
Before we jump into this movie, you listen to this podcast. The Good Son was on Tubi, and then November hit, and now it's a rental. I'm sorry. I tried.
I don't think you tried harder.
Unlike these other two guys, I tried.
Did you?
Yeah, you tried to get your fourth rental in a row.
I did not. I tried to not get my fourth rental in a row.
Calendar flipped, and you made it.
Calendar flipped. Nothing I can do.
Just in time.
Nothing I can do. Sorry about that. Not you guys. Not trying to cost money for everybody. The Good Son receives 25% on 28 reviews from the critics on Rotten Tomatoes, 54% from the audience on over 50,000 ratings. Amin, do you like the positive or the negative reviews?
I'm a glass half full kind of guy. Give me the positives.
Hey, John, that's weird. That glass looks half full to me.
Wow. Now that you mention it, it is half full.
Barbara Schulgasser of Common Sense Media.
Schulgasser up.
Creepy 90s thriller about murderous kid has violence.
Facts.
Yeah.
Derek Adams of Time Out.
Derek.
No, Derek.
Oh.
A summer camp classic.
What?
What?
I'm guessing he saw it at summer camp. I don't know.
Yeah, I cuess.
Are you sure it's not Derek?
Cuck O'Leary of Fantastica Daily.
Oh, Cuck would love this movie.
Derek went to wrestling camp. It was singlet. 3 out of 5. Alex Sandell of Juicy Cerebellum. Not a good movie, but a creepy performance by Culkin rescues it. Janet Maslin of New York Times.
Homie.
The Good Son has a handsome, scenic look that sustains interest and a suspenseful ending that is quite literally gripping. Robert Fairs of Austin Chronicle. Not the bad seed, but not bad.
Is The Bad Seed a movie?
Yeah.
Entertainment Weekly, A-.
Cowards.
User AL Jude P, 4 out of 5. Chilled to the bone, how a kid's life could go wrong even if the upbringing is perfect. Very disturbing subject, yet it would have made many parents awareness about kids' psychological evolution. Great plot, great execution.
I'm sure I'm spoiling some notes here, but I have a crazy thought. Maybe if there was some actual parenting.
Same note too, bro.
Nausea.
But also the 20 CB therapy.
Absolutely. User Christina C, 4 out of 5. I really like it. I had of anxiety watching it the first time, but I Googled it enough and saw clips YouTube, so I knew what I was getting into. I mainly like it because of Macaulay Culkin. I normally don't watch movies like this, but this I really liked.
Blobbo adjacent.
Take it easy, CC. Maybe stop talking for a while.
And then Mediana R, 5 out of 5.
Is it Medea?
No, it's Meydiana.
Okay.
Darkest movies ever. This was the darkest movie I've seen in my lifetime. I mean by darkest that the whole script of Macaulay Culkin playing role Henry were really scary and heart beating the whole time. The fact that the story could be true is devastating. Still, this movie is a one of a kind and one of the best with an S at the end.
Nice.
I recall seeing 2 boys in this movie did make their lifetime best roles. And at the end, I'd make the same decision.
What the hell?
Negative reviews.
Stop being a pessimist. This tank is not half full. It's half empty.
Austin Kennedy of Sin Magazine. I guarantee you this would have been 100% more effective if Wood and Culkin switch roles.
What?
No.
Disagree big time.
No, not at all.
TV Guide.
Cowards.
A second-rate thriller with first-rate production values.
Okay.
Brian Lowry of Variety. This peculiar thriller doesn't deliver enough jolts to leave the audience screaming. Jonathan Rosenbaum of Chicago Reader.
Do the voice.
There's wonderful use made of a Maine port town, and Ruben gets a dizzying thrill or two out of overhead shots, but the conceptual overload finally prevents this from coming together.
Conceptual overload.
James Sanford of Kalamazoo Gazette.
R.I.P. Quincy Jones.
An unintentionally uproarious melodrama, a must-see for fans of the truly terrible.
Unintentionally uproarious. I mean, okay.
Ken Hankey of Mountain Express.
Audio.
Almost worth it to see Macaulay Culkin's demise. Almost.
Whoa.
He just gives it away.
Hal Hinson of Washington Post. Where were the responsible adults when this thing was made? Roger Ebert of Chicago Sun-Times. The movie is a creepy, unpleasant experience made all the worse because it stars children too young to understand the horrible things we see them doing.
I feel like there's a theme going on here.
That's the point of the movie.
Yeah.
I feel like people are phobing it based on like, it makes me uncomfortable. It reminds me of Johnny Be Good. They all hated it for like the wrong reasons. Not because it's poorly done, but because this story makes me feel icky, basically.
College football would never do this.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
And last one, blank user, 1 out of 5. The movie isn't a great fit for Macaulay Culkin to be in. Elijah Wood is all right, but the other casts are forgettable. Do you know that on months before the release that 2 10-year-old boys killed a toddler, James Bulger, in Liverpool that shocked the world?
That's true. I remember that story, and that's in the trivia as well.
We'll get Amin's first note, May's first note, and my first note after these messages, unless you got that patreon.com/countthedings subscription, in which you get an ad-free episode right now.
And if you don't, what are you doing?
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
You're the perfect blend of elegance and style, and your ride should be no different. The 2024 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid meets all your needs, from business to brunch and everywhere in between. With head-turning details like a sleek front end, plus stylish interior, and an available 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster and seamless tech integration. Okay, Hyundai. Visit HyundaiUSA.com to learn more about the new 2024 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid.
This episode is brought to you by Cadillac. When you have 4 new tires, every drive feels fresh. Right now, buy 3 select tires and get 1 for just $1 during the Cadillac Certified Service Fresh Start Tire event. Visit Cadillac.com/service offers or see dealer for full details. At participating U.S. GM dealers only, highest or equal value tire will be $1. Offer ends 5/31/2025. Not available with other offers.
This episode is brought to you by Loom by Atlassian. Are you feeling stuck at work? Get your team unstuck with Loom video messaging and move work forward. Use Loom to simultaneously record both your screen and yourself to share a quick update, provide feedback, train a colleague, and everything in between. Plus, add Loom AI to your meetings for instant written notes and recordings. Try Loom today at Loom.com. That's LOOM.com.
Amin, what is your first note?
Well, you mentioned it, Zach. You still got them Oakleys?
Maze, what is your first note?
How did Zach pick a movie that is essentially 2 child actors the entire movie, given his track record of calling every child actor a bingo since the beginning of this podcast?
Every child actor is not these 2. These 2 are incredible.
Yeah, I get it. They're the 2 arguably greatest child actors of all time.
Them and Dakota Fanning, who we've had in Man on Fire.
Oh, yeah. Man on Fire. Yeah, she was awesome.
These are 3 excellent child actors. The rest of them, bingos.
Problem Child was good too.
Bingo.
He was a good actor.
Also, the first thing that came to my mind before I fired up this movie was the scene in Superbad where Bill Hader is dragging Fogel out of the party and he's going, "This kid's crazy!"
Yeah.
Crazy! This kid's crazy! He's nuts! Well, we caught the infamous Fogel!
My first note, I don't think I've seen this movie since I was a kid, but I remember liking it and being creeped out by it back then. Macaulay was everywhere in his acting career with Home Alone, this movie, and My Girl. The full spectrum. Unbelievable.
This is pinnacle Macaulay Culkin. He is the it child actor.
More so than Home Alone.
Yep. And also, 90-minute movie, God bless the studios, man.
And not even, man. The nuts and bolts of it, it's like 119.
The idea that in the 90s, I have this idea for a movie and da-da-da. How long is it? Like 2.5 hours? Fuck you, bitch. Cut an hour off of it, and they just had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They had to do it. They had to acquiesce.
Nothing you could do.
Nowadays, everyone's like a thespian, an artist. Oh, I got to do it my way. Get out of here.
Your boy, Chris Nolan.
He is a repeat offender in that regard.
Hack. We start off with some very serene music and opening credits. Very simple. Piano playing, lovely string music, black screen, white lettering, racial harmony. Nice and calm tone.
I enjoyed the simplicity.
Racial harmony?
Yeah. Black and white together.
Okay. I don't think you know what racial harmony is.
Wow. You're not for racial harmony. Interesting.
We know what he voted. Remember the election? That was a crazy time.
Parumpa pump Trump? Yeah. Don't make that a drop. Got to some desert, rocky terrain, kid standing by himself. Now we're just at a soccer field.
What was that shot of him in the desert? What's going on?
Well, wait an hour and 10 minutes.
The helicopter budget.
Did we ever get an explanation of that?
No!
Yes, absolutely. What are you talking about?
He goes back there. We don't know why he's out there.
Well, in about 5 minutes, I'll explain it to you. Elijah Wood's playing soccer. He refuses to pass, and he scores.
It's no rim pack cup. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Well, no, of course not.
He's got a wicked bowl cut.
This fucking home improvement ass haircut that was on all white kids in the 90s on TV or in movies.
Look at this photograph. Screams bingo.
The extreme zoom in is a recurring cinematography thing, and it's not helpful at all. You can't ever see anything. You can't see him score this goal.
Oh, because he can't play soccer. That's why.
Oh.
This is to hide the fact that he is completely devoid of any athletic ability.
Just like he can't run. That's why they had that wood shot of him looking it through.
Yes.
Proof of Life shows up to the game late, and Elijah stops dead in his tracks. He's upset.
You call him Proof of Life?
The entire movie.
Well, not the entire movie, because he's only in the first 5 minutes. All of the day's work.
Hold on, he got a phone call in there. Don't forget that.
Yeah, he did that shit from home. Record that over Zoom.
He actually called. Now they're walking in a hospital. He walks by some old biddy that Juju had took to Chinatown.
It's the aftermath?
Yeah.
Ass off for her. In the gurney?
Ass off?
The lady in the gurney?
Ass off. You say gurney or gurney?
Gurney.
As they walk up to a doctor, he tells Proof of Life that she's not doing well and her condition has gotten a lot worse.
Dr. Exposition lets the dad know about mom's condition.
Not yet. Elijah looks in on his mom, sleep in the hospital bed. She looks like the mom from Over the Top.
Yeah. Sick mom makeup. Starter kit.
He walks in, and I said, Zach will say this lady plays dead better than art.
Absolutely.
I mean, I was like, God damn, is she already dead? And then she moves like, oh, okay, she's just sick.
There's a tray of hospital food and a bunch of letters from Sly Stallone by her bed. She wakes up and sounds awful. Wanted him to wake her up. He thought she should sleep.
After he looks at this photograph.
This woman is basically dead.
Yeah.
She might be dead by the time I finish this sentence.
Yes.
It's not looking good. Dad told him everything. She says he'll be okay. She says she'll always be with him. Elijah Wood, great child actor. He's killing it in this scene.
Mm-hmm.
The eyes.
And he says, you're not going to die. I promise. I won't let you.
Okay, Carter.
Cut to her dead. We're at her funeral.
Dude, Golden Dumpster.
It's so funny.
I laughed so hard.
It's so funny.
Cut to the view.
You are dead. Ah!
She's dead.
You're dead.
I promise. You're dead.
Instant.
He lied.
Where the hell are they? Are they in a rocky desert?
So he starts the movie where she's buried and he ends the movie where she's buried.
Okay.
Oh, that's what that is.
Now, how did they get a body into all that rock? I don't know.
Well, they didn't. They scattered ashes. I had the same question. I was like, this is a weird place to bury a body, but they're just scattering the ashes in the wind.
I said Sean Astin digging a pool.
What?
Sean Astin scattering ashes.
That her funeral will be in the rocky desert.
Number one, I think it's Utah. The combination of mountains and desert.
I thought New Mexico.
The mountains, though, like when they play soccer, there are mountains in the background.
Oh, it was shot in New Mexico, and there was also some shots in Nevada, but I think that's when they're driving.
It's kind of crazy that that whole scene of her being on her deathbed is written to prime us into liking Elijah Wood enough to hate Macaulay Culkin. Because you got to think about it, if you're making this movie and Macaulay Culkin is the villain, there's a significant segment of the viewing public is like, nah, no, he's not.
Yeah.
You got to do enough to make Elijah Wood likable enough so that we can accept that Macaulay Culkin is the villain.
I don't think they're trying to make him likable. I think they're trying to make him sympathetic.
Or whatever.
His mom died.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, she died? He wasn't going to let her die.
You're dead.
This buzzard his ass off, by the way. Just circling.
Same note, too. Now they're at the wake, and holy shit, they just live in the desert.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I thought, but there's just a house by itself in the desert.
Frontier living. And somehow he's got a very successful business.
Plutonium.
Ladies and gentlemen, the return of Half's position.
Yes.
I don't even think he call it half.
I mean, an eighth.
He's giving us 1%, 5%.
He walks out, looks back at his dad. His dad is telling someone he can't leave him. He needs his kid. Dad! Now, this is actually Proof of Life's brother,
dude,
that he's talking to.
How did you know he's his brother?
Because he says, I'm your brother.
Hello, exposition.
Oh my God.
Not like you'd be leaving him with strangers. I'm your brother, and brothers are family. We're a family.
He doesn't just say, I'm your brother. He explains what that means.
I'm not a stranger. We grew up together.
It's exposition 101. And we're going to keep it pushing because he reminds him what he said to his brother By the way, their family, you said if you close this deal in Tokyo, you and Mark would be set.
Hello, exposition.
Yeah, set because they live in the fucking desert where there are no costs.
He's expositioning his own exposition back to him like a baby bird.
The deal is $40, basically.
What kind of a deal?
The deal is $40 and a month's worth of canned beans that they will make last for 20 years. That's the deal.
Why does he have to go to Tokyo?
Exposition, baby.
What is this, a plutonium deal? What's happening? This is his chance. Has to take it for him and Mark. It'll do Elijah good to be around other kids. Proof of Life will take Elijah to Maine himself so they can spend some time together. And they have a road trip in a fucking Jeep.
Fuck you.
Sean has to dig in a pool.
Nope. I started there, Zach. Why would they have the family car be a drop top Jeep, right? The old school Jeep where the only top you have is a rag.
Desert living, business.
Then I started thinking, what if Proof of Life came to grips with mom's mortality a lot sooner than everyone else did?
Oh, he knew.
He's been planning on a life of hollering at ass left and right. So you got to play the game of like, oh, I can't leave my son alone.
The game?
Kick him out, and guess what? He can go to Japan.
He went right back home?
He's cruising for ass. He's open for business. She dead. Let's go.
I don't know where in the desert they are, but the desert to Maine?
That is a long ass drive.
Days after this kid's mom died?
In a rag top.
Insane.
It's completely batshit, especially because he's going to Japan apparently urgently.
Well, I'm with Amin. Oh, yeah, she's dead. I got to go to Japan. I got to get there as quickly as possible.
Elijah's playing his classic Game Boy.
Product placement.
Hey, you, co-pilot. If you ever get tired of bombing the universe, you're missing a lot of great stuff out here, like dirt and rocks.
I do remember a road trip to Montana in which my parents were like taking the scenery and everything. And I was, I don't know, 10?
You on your Game Boy?
Probably. I was like, this sucks. I don't want to see the scenery. Now I would like it.
There's no child in the world who wants to see scenery.
The kid doesn't put the Game Boy down, probably because his mom just died and he's catatonic. They pull off to the side of the road. It's time for a heart-to-heart. He's asking Elijah not to shut him out like this. This dumb kid says his mother is coming back. Spoiler alert, she's not.
Well,
you don't know how life works.
But he believes in reincarnation.
He's a Buddhist?
Which is very important.
Apparently this kid is like a lot of women I meet on Bumble.
Oh.
Dude, did I ever tell you about the date I went with a woman who believed in reincarnation?
No.
I matched with this woman, and on her profile, she says she's going to school for hypnotherapy. I was genuinely interested by that, but I did the cool thing like, look, don't tell me anything. I don't want to text with you. We have to go out on a date because I need to understand. I have so many questions. Boom. Hook, line, and sinker. Set up the date, meet her there. She looks like her pictures. A-okay. Cool. We're talking. All right, hypnotherapy. Like, what's that? Like, and she's like, well, it's usually hypnosis to, help people uncover traumas because a lot of people's trauma is from their past lives. And I said, come again? And she says, yeah, people have things that happen in past lives and we carry those traumas throughout. And I said, do you believe in reincarnation in the spiritual sense, kind of like as a metaphor, or do you actually believe people lived former lives? She says, oh no, yeah, I believe people lived former lives, myself included. And I said, what were your former lives? And she said, I was a serf in medieval France.
Oh.
And then I was a princess in an island in the South Pacific, kind of like Moana style or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm like, okay, well, clearly there's not going to be a second date. Let me just get to the bottom of all this shit. How did you know? It's like, well, I was going through a lot of stuff, and then I had like this breakthrough where I was before this tribunal, and I was like, why? Just let me know, understand what's going on. And that's when they revealed to her past lives. And now she wants to help people by hypnotizing them into understanding what their past lives were in order to fucking. And I was like, you know what, man?
This sounds like a crime.
Sounds like a crime?
Yeah, it sounds like what you would do to get people to like give up their bank information and.
Oh, yeah. Their past lives.
Yeah.
I was broke in my past lives too. That was one of the ones that got me off of Bumble eventually. I'm like, you know what? Never mind.
They're all the same. His dad says she's gone. Elijah gets out of the Jeep and runs into the desert.
And stops. End of scene. This kid loves standing alone in the desert.
Dad says, Mark, I miss her too. And I said, CT5 liars. No, you don't, motherfucker. At no point is he heartbroken in this movie.
He doesn't even pretend to shed a tear.
That's unfortunate.
Macaulay sheds more fake tears than he does.
Yes, he does. I wouldn't move a single muscle either. I would have let his ass just run into the desert.
What are you going to do? Die there? Now I have no responsibilities.
Fade into the ocean. Boat with the Jeep on it.
Fuck you.
They drove all the way to Maine? What is this? X-Men Origins Wolverine?
It's insane, man.
I did like the contrast of the red rock landscape to the snowy landscape. Okay, we're in a different part of the country.
Yeah.
And this epic 4-story house right on the water.
That's a big house. Holy shit.
I looked it up. 8 bedrooms, 4.5 bath, $8 million estimate on Zillow.
Not bad.
CT5 house.
They probably bought it for $25,000.
Yes.
With a mortgage.
Proof of Life's brother is excited to see him. Says they made it across 11 states in 3 days.
Hello, Exposition.
No, you have to go to Tokyo.
Uncle asked Elijah how it's going. He says, pretty good. And I said, kid, your mom just died. Probably not.
CT5 worst liar.
His cousin Connie wants to show him the house. She pulls him. The uncle says, don't fight her. She always gets her way. His aunt is surprised to see him. Hasn't seen him in 10 years. How old is this kid?
Thank you for the exposition.
Hello, Exposition.
Her hair. Every scene she was in, I just stared at her hair the whole time.
I warned you, Susan.
I got a note about that later.
Clip it.
Don't you know, man, I'll beat you like you're one of my bitches.
Slap me around and call me Susan.
I warned you, Susan.
He says Janice would have done the same when he says, thank you for doing all this. I said, well, she can't, though. We hear a kid scream and, oh,
ass off.
It's Henry, a.k.a. Kevin McAllister, with some white mask on. This fucking thing.
Some good old paper mache, 20CB.
Right out of the strangers.
I looked at that mask and I said, that mask is unhinged. Like if I had a child hanging upside down with that mask on.
You immediately throw him in the loony bin.
Absolutely.
You know right there the kid's a murderer.
Absolutely.
He has a dual Phantom of the Opera mask for Elijah as well. Uncle says, hospitality, Henry. And then Henry pisses all over it.
Oh, future callback.
Made 2 of them, so we could be brothers.
They stand real close together.
Close talkers.
Am I the only one that's got this?
The photograph? Yes.
This is such a weird shot. What is happening?
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
They're so close. 2 kids have never stood that close to each other before.
His lips are poking out of the mask.
Good old paper mache, man.
Aunt says that some therapists at the hospital Wallace works at will be glad to talk to Elijah while Proof of Life is in Tokyo. He likes the idea. Can't reach the kid. They eat lobster dinners? How rich is this fucking family?
Yeah, it's Maine, baby.
It's Maine. Come on, Zach.
No, you're not giving whole ass lobsters to your 4-year-old.
Yeah, it's called exposition.
Yes, you are.
It's what's for dinner.
Where are we?
They bought that house for $25,000. They bought those lobsters for 5 cents down at the farmer's market.
The farmer's market.
Hey.
Macaulay's haircut is somehow even worse than Elijah's.
Dude, it's so bad.
So uneven.
This is some of the worst hair we've ever had.
Kit Culkin can't spring for a supercuts, apparently.
No.
Have you ever seen Kit Culkin?
I don't know if I have.
So Kit Culkin, first of all, looks like all the Culkins. But Kit Culkin now has like a mountain man beard and looks absolutely like the Unabomber. If I ran into him, I would call the ATF. You got to search this guy's house.
He's also been excommunicado from his family for 20 plus years, so
that'll be in the trivia as well.
He's staring at the lobster because he's never seen one before. Macaulay kicks Elijah under the table. Elijah kicks back.
He kicks the fuck out of his shin. That had to hurt. That had to hurt.
I laughed so hard. Golden dumpster.
Adults talking about an old lighthouse that got torn down. Isn't that where you two first what? First picnic Cobra formula. It's where we had the plowman's lunch.
There is fucking Cobra formula throughout this entire movie.
Do you know how horny you have to be that when someone says a landmark, you're like, that's where my brother first fucked his wife.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That was the first thought.
That lighthouse? I remember that lighthouse.
Susan, you could have just said that's where we went on our first date. But instead, you said a picnic, CT5 worst liars.
The boys smile. Macaulay shows them how to crack a lobster claw. Then they start smashing it.
Bengos.
Kids giggle, and Susan tells Pop he's going to be fine.
Proof of Life is packing up, saying goodbye to his kid, tries to explain why he's leaving.
Well, that's my day rate. I'm out of here, kid.
Never has to leave again.
Do you think he had a farewell party on the set?
And that's a wrap on David Morse.
2 weeks, could be less. Guarantee it won't be less.
And he says, you understand, don't you?
Exposition. Well, it's winter break. Just play with Henry. Have a great time. His Mom just died 4 days ago.
And you spent the entire time driving from motel to motel like Jack Reacher.
Dog, he's in a rush to go smash as much ass as he can. He's got no time.
He's not in a rush. Because is he driving the Jeep back? Where does he leave the Jeep?
You got to fly out of Maine. You're not going to drive all the way back.
Okay, that's fair. So then when he flies back, he's going to drive Elijah Wood back?
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. That is a long winter break.
You could leave your car at the airport for 2 weeks. Back then, $4 max.
$4, yep.
Yeah.
Same note too.
2 lobsters.
I had him driving back, but like stopping off in every town and plowing women left and right.
That makes more sense.
Different movie.
Your theory, I'm 100% on board with.
Horny.
Yes, and. This guy is abandoning his child right after the mother died from this horrible illness. This is so funny to me.
No, but Zach, he's got a very important deal in Tokyo of an unknown business that'll set them up for life.
Yeah.
And he'll never leave him again. But he has to go now.
The deal is called, I'm about to pay for some pussy throughout the entire United States.
That is the deal.
What kind of a deal?
I love the idea that they couldn't be bothered to go the extra step of what kind of a deal.
No.
It's just a deal. Who gives a shit?
No need, man. That's not what this movie's about.
We don't care.
So many movies that we do have countless exposition we don't end up needing.
Inane.
Every movie we do could be 90 minutes. Easily.
Yeah, if you dispense with other characters and storylines and only focus on one. The next morning, ocean views, seagulls squawking. Macaulay's already up. This kid wakes up at the crack of dawn. He's playing with the crossbow. He's pretending to throw grenades.
No, that's normal for a kid. Playing war. Kid in the 90s. Gulf War was happening.
The crossbow was...
He's an inventor. I don't know what to tell you.
We just see it at a distance at this point. We get into the crossbow later, and then it gets weird.
I thought it was a toy gun.
I had to do a double take. What the fuck? Was that a crossbow? Nah, I must have... No, whatever.
Elijah gets dressed.
Kids' rooms in the movies, teeming with all types of...
So much shit.
But also, all the toys in this room are very early 20 CB.
It's not action figures.
No, this family is from the 30s.
He sees a pig mobile, looks at an empty room filled with more toys, also teeming with toys, and these are the ones that aren't even getting used. Susan makes him breakfast, asks if he slept okay.
The kids run down the stairs like assholes. That's how my kids run down the stairs. Maximum sound. Boom, 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 boom. Zero cheeks on the mom. Not an ass in sight.
Oh, you said that like there was something else coming?
No, I'm sorry.
Kids are assholes. Zero cheeks on the mom. Oh, no, sorry, that's it. Liz sends it too.
Hey, make them feel comfortable. How? Stressing him the fuck out.
So, how you doing? How's your dead mom?
Yeah. Pretty much. What are you doing, lady? You're supposed to take his mind off of it, not compound.
He takes a weird sip of milk before he runs out. He gets outside. Henry tries to surprise him with a football. He catches it, throws it back. Then they just run into the woods, and I said 20 CB.
I do like him catching the football because that ball was zipped in there, man. There's no way that Macaulay's got a chooch like that.
Fired that pill.
You guys notice he does this, and then they cut, and then there's a ball coming here.
Of course.
Oh, yes.
Did you see Macaulay try to catch that fucking thing? That wasn't one take, I'll tell you that.
Joseph Rubin's like, all right, we can't do more than 15 takes on Macaulay trying to catch this football. Let's just cut around it and move on.
Fuck it, man. Just cut it.
When they run off, he actually throws it one more time.
It's bad. It's bad.
It's like a jump shot.
It's like Jeremy Sohan shooting a free throw. Fucking terrible.
They run across the yard. They go through a fence. Macaulay asks if he's afraid of heights before climbing a really high tree ladder to a tree house.
Some Ewok shit happening.
Way up there, man.
Maybe this is me. I don't like heights. That tree was fucking tall.
An adult built this death trap.
Yes.
As a source of entertainment for his children.
That is as 20 CB as it gets. That's on you guys to figure out. Here's some rickety ass ladder steps.
Why is it so high? Why do you have to build it up into...
Why would your dad?
Why would your dad?
Build it.
Zero supervision in this movie.
Zero supervision is the horseman.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
I was going to say 20 CB parenting is the horseman.
The mom from Last Action Hero was a more attentive parent.
He asks if he's afraid of heights. He lies and says, no. Great. See you at the top. And I said, TKT. Tough kid talk.
Oh, I like that.
He's climbing right up Henry's ass, by the way.
He takes a weird route to get up to the treehouse because there's an entrance where you would climb in through the center normally, but he climbs out onto this branch and then climbs around the side.
Idiot.
And then Elijah's going around the side. Big surprise, this branch breaks.
Set him up.
Now Elijah's dangling. Macaulay is holding his arm.
Activate that daisy chain, please.
If I let you go, do you think you could fly?
He pulls them up, they laugh, and they're playing night crawlers on the treehouse.
Amin, I apologize with my note. I fear Amin is going to assign some weird tension accusation to these kids.
Come on, man.
They're 10.
They're playing Nightcrawler. That's not the only time.
They're not.
They do that shit the entire movie.
They're just sitting and laughing.
No, they're not. My first hint, my first tip off was in dinner when they're cracking open the lobster claw and then they just start giggling manically.
They're just being dumb kids. That's what dumb kids do.
No.
Cut to them playing in some abandoned building, throwing fake grenades around. Henry immediately starts vandalizing this place, breaking windows.
Shattering windows in slow motion, having the time of their lives.
This is a carnival bingo game.
Once again, not seeing them actually throw it.
No.
It's a lot of this.
Yeah, and then broken glass everywhere.
Some cranky adult calls them little bastards and shoos them off.
I said a pedophile chases them.
Is this a Louis Pinnock? He says in a very cartoonish Northeastern accent.
Hey! What the hell's going on here, goddammit?
Time to go.
Come back here, you little bastards!
I don't have really any Louis Pinnocks, I don't think, so.
This might be the one. I don't think that guy really talks like that.
They run down some train tracks that go straight to a cemetery. I said, Henry is going to talk shit about his mom, isn't he? Then Elijah has to explain the Desert Rock funeral. Go to a well in the cemetery. Henry has his tetanus box full of cigarettes and a lighter. He puffs and passes to Elijah.
He's never lit a cigarette before in his life.
Of course not. He's a child.
Yes!
He's 10.
It's also a Zippo lighter. That's not that easy.
They give you cancer. Who cares? You're going to die anyway. Look how ass off Macaulay is, handing the cigarette like it's no big deal. I do this shit. I got tar in my lungs.
My note was, who cares? You're going to die anyway. Like your mom from the beginning of the movie.
That's what I thought was coming.
Elijah takes a puff and coughs. Macaulay wonders if he saw his mom after she died. They wouldn't let me.
This is an unhinged conversation.
You should have made them let you. It's very important. See, people don't like to talk about death. That's why you have to investigate. It's scientific.
Just like Final Destination, you cannot do that enough in this movie.
I'm not sure that Macaulay Culkin has said scientific before this movie.
No.
They keep going back to it. They're walking in circles on top of the well. Macaulay took a real good look at his kid brother, Richard, who died by drowning in a bathtub. Your brother drowned?
He was completely blue. You should have looked at their eyes and their lips and touched their skin. See what it felt like. Hot, cold.
Shut up about my mom.
He says not to get mad. He's just trying to be scientific.
Scientific.
I said, uh-oh. I feel like Henry may be akin to a young Amin Al-Hassan.
Why's that?
The way you're trying to pretend that you're not poking buttons.
Let me tell you something. The notes are going to take an interesting turn at some point.
I'm sure they are.
Shut up or I'll hit you.
Try it.
Throw you down there.
TKT.
Tosses the cigarette down the well. Oh, yeah.
He apologizes, says he doesn't know how he'd feel if he didn't have his mom. Friends, they horribly shake hands.
This limp handshake.
Oh, my God.
They really only hold in like 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Because they're setting us up to believe that Macaulay Culkin was going to do the shake hands and then yank him over towards him so he falls in the well. But we're not there yet.
Cut to nighttime. They're in bed talking about the pedo that chased them off. Wallace walks by the room, smiles while saying, knock it off.
They said, he was big. Oh. And Macaulay says to Elijah Wood, you were white. Mayes, I need you to clip from role models.
You're white, then you Ben Affleck.
I firmly believe no child has ever slept on their back with their hands behind their head.
Dude.
Like every kid does in a movie.
I kind of believe that Macaulay Culkin could.
Never once has this happened in real life.
I did that shit because of kids in the movies.
Oh, so you were just like Henry.
I want to point this out because we call them Macaulay and Elijah the whole movie. The 2 kids are Mark and Henry. Every time you get Mark Henry, I could not shake from my brain the image of Mark Henry, the wrestler.
Yeah.
The entire movie. I just saw him hanging out there in the background.
Big Laker fan.
Yep. The dad says, all right, knock it off. Everyone go to bed. I don't want to hear any more other sounds. I mean it. Not another peep. And the kids instinctively start going, beep, beep, beep. And Tapper comes in screaming, they don't even friggin' respect you. You're pathetic. This is why your wife left you.
Elijah says today was fun. Henry says tomorrow will be even better. Cut to them walking through town. Henry asks if he's ever read Skeleton Man. Cool superhero you can't kill because he's already dead. Then Elijah says comic books will warp your mind? What?
20 CB.
It says warp your mind a lot.
Scientific warp your mind.
He's into science. He doesn't want to waste time with any of this mind warping nonsense.
In the 20 CB, reading comic books, parents were like, this is an absolute waste of time. It will destroy your brain. It was like eating candy. Nowadays, I think most parents are like, oh, my kid's reading. Thank God.
They're shoving each other. Then this dog comes barreling towards them.
What an asshole.
They make it to the end of the boardwalk.
I want to zero in on something here. Amin immediately just called this dog an asshole.
That is an unbelievable distance to cross just to fuck with somebody.
This kid has clearly fucked with this dog so much that immediately starts chasing and run this kid down. This is why I think you're Henry.
Well, again.
I did think they cast a pretty mean-looking dog.
Sure, but I've seen those dogs be the sweetest dogs.
Amin has dog face blindness. This is the dog that he sees every time there's any dog anywhere.
Yeah.
This dog covered so much ground.
Yes! He's ass off.
Lock this dog in for ass off. Henry starts barking back at this dog. This dog wants to kill this child. I can't believe the dog didn't catch them.
Dude, you know how a lot of times when they cast dogs in the movies, they're barking, but the tail is wagging. Like, this dog is having a good time.
You can see them looking off at the trainer. Yeah.
This motherfucker wanted to kill Macaulay Culkin.
It also easily could have jumped over that fence.
Of course.
This was the Daniel Day-Lewis of dogs.
Daniel Dog Lewis.
No.
Mace shaking his head.
Mace is so mad.
Elijah encouraged him to keep moving. Macaulay loves that dog. And that's when it's not Amin.
No, he'll lie. He'll lie about liking a dog.
That's true.
What are you talking about?
Now Susan is standing very ominously at the edge of a huge cliff, as she will many, many times throughout this movie.
She goes there every day?
It's a very scenic spot.
Your dead baby drowned to death, so you go look at water every day? That's insane.
Trauma.
She's always out there. She goes out there to think about Dick. I mean, Richard. My bad. Kind of weird, huh? Not at all, bro. Not at all.
Are you just having a conversation with yourself? What happened there?
Yep.
I did the line from the movie, and then I said, not at all, bro.
Macaulay wants to show Elijah his new invention. The camera pans around, Susan looking pensive and wistful.
Oh my God, her hair. It's so weird.
They're going to a shed. There is a massive crossbow in there.
His shed?
He has his own shed.
This kid has a treehouse and a shed?
These are bad parents.
CT5 worst parents in my notes. But the crossbow, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen the movie, you're just listening to the Cinephobe, you like the way we describe things. It's not like Chewbacca's gun. This shit is like in Game of Thrones, the shit they use to shoot down the dragons.
Miniaturized enough to where this child could hold it.
It's massive.
It's huge.
King Joffrey had a crossbow obsession, and he's also an evil blonde piece of shit. So if you see a blonde kid with the crossbow, get the fuck out of there.
King Joffrey's crossbow was a little pissant.
John Morant's crossbow.
Exactly. This shit right here, this is heavy metal, ladies and gentlemen.
It's got a hood ornament on it. It's got a crank. It shoots rusty screws. It took him 3 months to make it.
He's going to shoot the cat. Elijah says not to hit her, just give her a scare. Sure. And he fires the thing right past that cat's head.
The screw goes perfectly into the tree. It shoots straight.
It is stuck in that tree.
And the cat is completely unfazed.
It is not unfazed. The cat looks at the screw and then it turns and it looks like the Sex Panther from fucking Anaconda.
Crazy. Yeah.
Its eyes are fucking wide open. Frozen with fear. It paralyzed almost.
What a great shot. He says, yeah, but the sight's not right yet.
Uh-oh.
Camera zooms on his face dramatically.
Foreshadow.
He's thinking about that missed kill like someone thinks about a Craigslist misconnection. I almost had that motherfucker.
He's lethal shooter. So get back in the lab. Can't let that go on the internet.
You pushed me to this.
Can't have 2 misses in a row.
Nobody pushed you to anything.
The people in the comments did.
You fucking dork.
They said, Lethal, you can't make a shot with a ball on fire.
Macaulay Culkin grew up to be lethal shooter?
Probably. Here I am in Abu Dhabi. Where's my falcon?
Where's my falcon?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, God damn it, man.
Elijah goes to Alice Davenport's family counseling.
The Davenport.
By himself?
Same note too.
Maybe this town is too small.
I was confused by this. I said, how old is he?
Family counselor's got also quite a nice house.
He's sitting with some old lady. She says it's a nice change. Most of her patients, all they want to do is talk.
Elijah doesn't have anything else to say. He doesn't want to talk about his mom. He can handle it. He has to. Then he reveals that he thinks it's his fault because he made a promise and then he let his mom die.
Real poor understanding of life.
I don't know. Maybe Alice Davenport, step in.
Nah.
Ask a follow-up question.
You're doing 21st century ma'am therapy.
Thank you.
That's 20 CB therapy right there.
Oh, y'all like psychology?
Tracy Morgan.
He says, when you make a promise, when something's your fault, she says, what did you do? And he says, I did a Cobra formula. I let someone die.
Cut to nighttime. Elijah's having a nightmare. Wakes up, sees a woman in a white nightgown walk by the door. Mom? No. She's still dead.
No, buddy, that's your aunt going to the laptop to pull up some porn.
Oh.
Yeah, the mom's horny.
It's Susan, film Blanc. His eyes are filled with tears. It is you. You came back. I knew you'd come back.
She asks him what's the matter. His mom has been in the ground for 5 days.
She's horny, man. She's horny.
What are you talking about? What's the matter?
She's trying to warm herself up. This kid comes out here. He's like, what's wrong? What can I get? Get you some more milk?
You dumb bitch. You haven't thought of the smell.
The smell.
This reincarnation horseman plot will not go away. And I don't understand how no one addresses this with Elijah at any point. Meanwhile, Macaulay Culkin is on the balcony up above. Next day, Elijah's showing Connie how to do a puzzle.
You have to teach a child how to put a puzzle together?
And she is incredibly ass on, asking if he likes living in their house.
We're gonna look after you real good. She won't be sad.
Macaulay's barking military time like he's Zach's phone.
Oh, 900 hours. Yeah.
Tells Elijah to move out.
I don't care about your stupid secrets. I got my own secrets. I'm not gonna tell you a single one.
I really, for a second, thought, maybe?
These two parents make bad kids.
This is a family trait.
They're scampering through the woods with their packs on, diving behind things to take cover. They're playing with the crossbow again. Macaulay is shaking off targets like Steve Nebraska. Guess who's back? It's that mean dog.
Fuck yeah, take that dog out, bro.
Target acquired.
Take it out.
Slow motion as the dog jogs by.
The dog's chilling.
The dog is ass off, man.
Yes.
Walking down the street like I thought of Suburban Commando.
That music is playing in that dog's head for sure.
Elijah wonders what he's doing. Macaulay fires. The dog whines. Elijah ass off looking concerned. Macaulay ass off looking evil.
Yeah.
I was only trying to scare him, and everybody hold on to your butts. We got plot liftoff.
Same note too, bro.
4, 3, 2, 1.
David Hasselhoff.
It's Hasselhoff in my head.
Plot Hasselhoff.
Plot Hasselhoff.
Seatbelts fastened. Tray tables in an upright position. Here we go.
What a great discovery.
Yes.
That's why we need to keep doing these rewatchingtons of old ass movies.
Cut to them carrying the dog in a burlap sack in a cemetery?
Yo,
what?
Golden dumpster. They are by the ocean. Just dump them in the water.
No.
I think the well is a better, because that can wash up shore. You've seen Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah, but it's going to wash up another precinct.
He's got a murder well. He's got a murder shed. He's got a murder tree house.
How many animals are in that fucking well is what I wondered.
A lot.
I mean, he just finished the crossbow, so.
This kid needs so much therapy.
Which one?
You ask which one, I say yes.
I do like the idea of setting up this scene. Hey, Elijah, Macaulay, okay, so we're going to give you a burlap potato sack here that's leaking blood.
There's so much blood.
You guys are going to walk through the cemetery and throw it in the well. I'm sure that didn't mess up their adulthood at all.
I said at least they're going to give him a proper, respectful Oh, they just dumped him down the well. Never mind.
Down the well, and Macaulay starts humming taps.
Oh, golden dumpster.
I laugh so goddamn hard.
This is a 40-year-old, 12-year-old humming taps to himself, building crossbows.
Maze, I got to go 20 CB because of Looney Tunes. Anytime anybody died, taps happened.
Okay, but there's a callback to this later. It's another humming situation where there's no way he knows that fucking song.
What? That song? Or?
He hums Camptown Races to himself later in the movie.
No, again, Maze, 20 CB.
Looney Tunes, man.
All right.
Bugs Bunny was singing that shit every fucking time, man.
Yes, Sam.
You had to have been there.
Hey, Mark, where's your sense of humor?
And I said, yeah, Mark, where is your sense of humor?
What's funny?
His mom died.
Okay, guys, there's a different liftoff that's happening here. Have we rushed to judgment on Macaulay Culkin here?
What are you talking about? Rush to judgment.
This is the first time in my brain.
What are you talking about?
We've rushed to judgment a little bit.
What have we done?
We?
Yes, like us, the viewers, the audience.
What have you done? You've had second thoughts?
I'm starting to have second thoughts, yes.
Because he killed a dog and hummed taps to himself.
Pretty good joke, man. Thought it was funny.
Cut to Henry playing with the toy sword on the porch. Elijah's watching, then walks away. He's looking at pics of his mom and the dead son.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
She interrupts him.
Oh, he knocks over a bunch of picture frames. Everybody liked his mom. She was a wonderful person. Your mother's alive in you. She'll always be with you. And you? Yeah. Mommy talk. Sees a photo of Richard with a rubber duck. There's your other Culkin brother.
This kid drowned in the bathtub and they have a pic of him with a rubber duck.
Mm-hmm. That's a rubber duck, man.
That's a little on the nose.
That's a rubber duck.
He loved baths. He died doing what he loved.
He's 7 months old. What are you talking about?
He's older than 7 months old in that picture.
I don't know. Who cares?
You saw the bed.
Who cares?
He's young enough to die in 6 inches of water.
Choking at 7.
You're drowning at 6, you're choking at 7.
We saw Hunter Dunbar nearly die in 7 inches of water in Final Destination.
Please say his name properly. Hunter Dunbar. Supercharge that.
You didn't do that once in the episode.
God damn it.
Macaulay comes in, wants to show him something in his murder shed. Can't tell mom. It's top secret.
You guys noticed that he's wearing 2 different sneakers?
No, I didn't notice that.
One black and one white. And he's wearing the most 20 CB. I completely forgot about this. High top Nikes halfway up your calf. Had a huge ankle support to it, number one. Number two, the idea that a child can have a shed and that mom can ask, what are you up to out there? And the child can answer, sorry, mom, it's top secret.
That's insane.
To Americas.
Absolutely to Americas, yes.
No way a black parent would ever. You say it's top secret, I'll show you something else that's top secret. It's a belt.
Oh.
Macaulay apologizes about the dog. It was an accident. You don't think I'd do a thing like that on purpose, do you?
Anytime someone asks a question and ends it with do you, they are 99% lying.
This is the beginning of the expert level gaslighting that occurs for the rest of the movie.
For sure.
Horseman.
Kid's amazing.
He wants him to meet somebody very special. He turns the chair around and Mr. Highway is ass off.
There's a dummy in a chair with goggles over a mask and a hat.
Look at this shit, man.
Mr. Highway.
I said this is Dr. Crane from Batman Begins. The Scarecrow.
This is Invisible Man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Macaulay wants Elijah to help him and promises something amazing.
Something you'll never forget.
They're climbing a hill. They're carrying Mr. Highway into the woods. Now they're on a bridge over the highway. Come on, Mr. Highway. Take a look.
I gotta say, naming this dummy Mr. Highway with what's about to happen, this kid is a comic genius.
Dude, I'm telling you.
No, he's a psychopath.
Sure.
But he's a comic genius.
Poor Mr. Highway. He's thinking about the end. He's had enough of this terrible life. What? Say goodbye. No!
Macaulay shoves him off the edge, causing an RV
Holy shit.
full of a couple guys trying to have a nice night out at the boxing fight to flip over. And then a massive car accident chain reaction occurs.
10 cars.
Double ass off for both of these kids reacting to it.
Yo, these kids are ass off for sure.
More and more cars skidding, colliding, smashing glass.
Zach, sending you what my note is for this scene.
Amin's note he just sent. Quote, okay, I'm in on Culkin now. This kid is cool.
Dude, I was like, you know what? I took myself back to being 10 years old. This is the guy I want to hang out with.
Murdering animals and causing 10-car pileups on a highway?
That shit was hilarious. He called him Mr. Highway. You know how much planning that takes as a child?
None.
To know all those things.
What do you mean? Planning?
He had to get the materials for the dummy.
Yes.
I do think he planned this pretty well.
This is the ultimate ding-dong ditch, by the way. You have to book it after that.
They go running down the road. They hear sirens. Police are coming down the road. They bolt down a hill, hide in a tunnel. Elijah's freaking out, saying, how could you do this? Henry just says, be quiet. Checks that the cops pass by. Do you know what you did? Says, hey, come on. We did it together. This is Amin.
We did.
This is gaslighting.
He was there.
He makes him an accomplice.
He carried the shit with him.
You could have killed people with your help.
I didn't know you were going to do that.
But it's not quite Amin because he is yes-anding it.
That's true. But he is foisting part of the responsibility.
Amin would have said, you did it.
Sure.
I had nothing to do with it, which we get to later.
Absolutely.
I feel sorry for you, Mark. You just don't know how to have fun. What? It's because you're scared all the time. I know. I used to be scared too. That was before I found out. Found out what? That once you realize you can do anything, you're free. You could fly. Nobody can touch you. Nobody. Mark, don't be afraid to fly. You're sick. Hey, I promised you something amazing. Something you'll never forget. Where's the gratitude?
My next note, Henry is a main.
This is before I found out. Found out what? Found out about Cobra formulas. Also, bars. You could fly. Nobody can touch you. And I said, kid, I built a career on this. Once you realize you could do anything and say anything, untouchable. Well, other than the whole shit that happened at ESPN, but beyond that, untouchable.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
Finding a new job is stressful. But with Indeed, it doesn't have to be. Just fill out your Indeed profile with your skills, experience, and desired salary. The more you fill out, the better your matches will be. And hearing from hiring managers will be 2 times more likely. Relax. That's your Indeed profile sending opportunities your way. Indeed, the world can work better.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
They walk back through the snow. The sister is cooking with Susan. News exposition about the 10-car accident. It's a miracle that no one was seriously injured. 4 people in the hospital with cuts and bruises were released.
Elijah listened to it from the other room. He walks to the doorway where his uncle is. Henry walks up and says, tell him. Better yet, why don't we tell him together? It was Mark, Dad. He talked me into it.
Gaslighting.
We were just playing a game. I had no idea who was going to do something like that. Please, Dad, go easy on him. It's not his fault he's all screwed up because he misses his mom. That's fucking evil.
Breaking down the alibi is so ass off. I'm like, oh, this kid's good. He's good. I started taking notes at this point.
You just started taking notes?
Other notes.
Notes for him, not for the show. Yeah.
These are personal notes, not show notes.
Yeah.
Also, where is the gratitude, Elijah Wood?
Don't do this.
Just saying.
It's done. What do you mean don't do this? He's done it for fucking 40-something years.
Don't do it. Don't make me your accomplice here.
Everyone has these plaid shirts. And I said, early 90s grunge.
America's.
Dad's office, 20CB computer. He's reading a magazine. It couldn't be more 20CB if you tried. Elijah's in the shadows. He wants to be left alone. Macaulay says, this is my room.
I told my dad I would see if you're okay. Are you okay? Mark, are you okay? Are you okay, Mark? Mark, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Mark?
Connie comes in, slurring her way through the news that they can go skating tomorrow.
What did I tell you about coming to my room? You guys weren't working or anything. You didn't answer my question, so I'm going to have to do it for you. He grabs her ears. It starts scolding her. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Elijah intervenes, grabs Macaulay by the throat. This is my room, too. And I say she can stay.
You like my sister, don't you? And I said, why did he turn into Tapper?
Yep. Yep. I knew you guys were going to do that.
So if something happened, she got hurt, Mark would be sad. Hey, accidents will happen. Just ask my mom about Richard.
Cold-blooded. This kid is a G. This is an absolute G move right here. I was like, fuck, man.
A G?
Do you know how intimidating that's got to be for a 10-year-old? You don't believe me? Ask my mom about the fucking kid that died. Now you know he's capable of anything. You have to tread very carefully around this guy, which Elijah, by the way, never learns. He never learns to tread carefully around him.
You're making Elijah the villain?
Hold on, we're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Let's reread Amin's note. Okay, I'm in on Culkin now. This kid is cool.
I forgot to mention the okay, I'm in on Culkin now was in all caps.
And then this kid is cool in lowercase.
His mom breaks up the fighting. Henry says they were playing this real dumb game. They weren't fighting. Ask Mark to confirm. He does. She buys it. CT5 liar.
CT5 worst mom.
Hook, line, and sinker. She's been gaslit too.
Cut to Mark at the park watching Connie play. Creepy therapist walks up when no one's around. Says the aunt told her he was there.
This town is too small.
I guess you forgot our appointment. Isn't he like 11?
At most.
He's supposed to go on his own?
Well, he did already.
My kids go to school every single day. They've got to be downstairs to have breakfast at 7:30 because we leave at 8 in order to get to school on time. And I'm telling you, daily, I have to remind them.
Of course.
Yo, we're going to be late for school. Meanwhile, in this movie, this kid is supposed to go to his therapy appointment without any prompting or anything.
He didn't feel like talking. She says talking helps. He says, you're a doctor, you know things. Well, some things. He asks, what makes people evil? Evil's a word people use when they're giving up trying to understand someone.
This is a really, really terrible explanation.
This is 20 CB therapy.
Exactly.
There's a reason for everything if we could just find it. What if there isn't a reason? What if something just is?
Well, then you'll start a podcast about movies that are poorly rated on Rotten Tomatoes with him. You'll try to ascertain whether they're properly poorly rated or maybe they didn't get a fair shake.
Alice deeply misunderstands his questioning, thinks he's talking about himself.
First, I was like, this is your fault, lady. Everything that's about to happen now is your fault because you're doing this. Then she says, as Mayes points out, why, Mark? Do you think you're evil? Because you let your mother die?
You know that's not true. Well, I don't know. He did make a promise, and she is dead.
And I said, okay, I take it back. This lady rocks too.
What?
This kid is getting hit from all angles.
Elijah proceeds with the hypothetical, but Alice doesn't believe in evil. You should.
You know, she sucked a lot of dick in college.
College?
Yeah.
She's 80 years old.
In the 20s? What are you talking about?
She was a flapper.
Flapping them lips. Phone rings. Macaulay answers. It's Pop.
It's proof of life.
In Japan.
Or Koreatown.
So, okay, this further cemented. He called long distance from Japan. That cost like $8 million.
I was trying to figure out the time zone difference.
Then I realized, he's not calling from Japan.
I'm so in on this theory.
For all I know, he's still in Maine.
For all we know, he's in fucking New Hampshire. Plowing maple syrup.
Plowman's lunch.
Plowman's breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Macaulay sees Mark running outside as he gaslights Pop. Mark's not here right now. Now they're sitting down for a meal. Wallace is taking Susan out for dinner. Kids are going to babysit themselves. Big fucking surprise.
Wallace is taking the mom out for their annual dinner date.
They have to plan this in advance.
That is once a year. They go out.
That's why she's watching porn at like 3 a.m. I'm telling you, she's horny. She doesn't get enough. Also, I took this photograph. Look at this photograph. And I said, presented without comment.
It's a picture of Connie.
We know what your comment is.
Without comment.
But we know what it is.
She wants to stay up and watch Monster Theater. Henry says no. It might warp your impressionable brain.
Oh, big words.
Warp.
Brain warp.
You're not the boss. Yes, I am. Vermin. Connie's dumbass asks what a vermin is. Henry then tells his parents that Mark has been saying he'd like to move into Richard's room. Mark immediately says that's not true. He seems to like it in there. The parents completely ignore everything Mark says in this scene.
Yeah, because it's triggers Susan.
Wallace, we've been through this before.
They don't listen to him at all.
I laughed so hard, man.
It's already been 4 days, 5 days.
This kid is here for 2 weeks tops.
She's triggered because she has kept the dead kid's room exactly the same since he died. That's the room with the pigmobile in it. She's uncomfortable. Wallace is like, hey, you know what? Maybe we should actually change it up. I'll change when I'm ready. Because it's turning into a museum. We also have another room.
How big is this house?
Yo, it's 4 stories.
They've got a dead kid's room. They've got an empty room. And they put him in Macaulay's room.
We have rooms in this house. This house is huge.
$8 million house.
Mark's like, I don't want to. Henry says, don't lie.
Now, Mark.
They don't listen to a fucking word Mark says. It's so funny. That's a golden dumpster.
I love it.
Wallace keeps pushing, tells her to face it. I do face it. I face it every day when I go out to the cliff and stare at the ocean.
She starts crying, leaves the table. I said, dinner would flat out not happen at this point.
Oh, the date?
They're not going out to dinner.
Date's ruined?
Absolutely. Henry is super happy with the chaos he created. She's in the dead kid's room crying. She's looking at toys. Henry's creeping.
Macaulay cucking, peeking around the door.
These ridiculously early 20 CB toys.
Toys from the 50s. At best.
What the fuck? 50s?
Yeah.
I have this depression era. When the therapist was out there getting her gums fucking beat in.
No butt.
That's when these toys were made.
He goes in, says not to cry. They're about to leave for dinner. Mark asks if they really have to go. Wallace says, yeah, we've been planning it for weeks. For 52 weeks.
We've been planning one dinner date for weeks, even though we spend no time raising our children or supervising them.
Even though you're never around your kids.
Connie blurts out, I'm playing hide and seek.
Now, see, why'd you do that voice?
And I'm hiding first.
She talks like Moose.
Okay. Talks like a one.
Elijah tries to stop her. Macaulay bets he'll find her first. Then Macaulay flips off the breaker and shuts down the power for the house.
That's crazy.
It's like a Tapper stress test.
Absolutely.
Elijah is frantically searching in this enormous house. He opens the door. He's blinded by Macaulay's flashlight. No fair. No fair? What do you think this is? A game?
Mayes clip DMX.
This is the fucking shit I be talking about. Yeah. Half rapping
Stubborn ass motherfuckers. You think it's a game? You think it's a fucking game? Come on. Come on. What y'all really want? What y'all really want? DMX.
Look at that photograph. That kid's creepy as fuck.
Oh, yeah. Kid rocks.
Mark still can't find her. This idiot kid fleds her hiding spot, goes into maybe the attic. I don't know what floor she's on.
They got 7 floors, so don't worry about it.
She's looking for another spot, turns around. Henry's right there. She screams. Mark goes booking it upstairs to find her, runs in.
Screams with her ass on, by the way.
Of course.
That's how she screams.
She's winning ass on.
Oh, lock it in.
Elijah Wood is very upset. He's like, oh my God, what's happening? He runs up to find them playing Nightcrawler.
A lot of Nightcrawlers in this movie. This is fun. Let's do it again. Elijah wants to read her a bedtime story. Macaulay pushes back. Weird back and forth, talking about her in the third person. Macaulay the Hummer Tanto hums Camptown Races to himself as he waves his flashlight around the storage room.
He's reading a children's book about appendectomies?
Madeline.
Yeah, it's a real book.
Oh, okay.
The French picture book.
Ass on for Connie, falling asleep. And I said, it must fucking suck to be the Culkin who can't act.
Well, there's 8 of them, apparently. So.
Yeah, shit. I didn't know. I had no idea.
Yeah. I learned that there's a lot more Culkins.
Kit was a volume shooter.
Volume in it.
Some of this shit's going to land.
Straw again, in it.
I mean, will you read my note?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. She looks like art right now.
She does.
Her eyes fully open and then she goes back to sleep.
100%. Yeah.
As he shuts off the light and walks out, Macaulay Culkin waiting outside. Suspenseful horn. That was a darling story, Mark.
He starts to walk in. Mark heads him off. He says he wants to tuck his kid sister in.
What?
Moves right past him.
He wants to what?
Tuck
Oh.
his kid sister in?
Such a sweet little thing.
Oh.
Do you really think I'd hurt her?
Yes. What are you going to do? Watch her all night? Cut to the morning. He slept next to her bed.
This kid's a heavy sleeper. He's always waking up last.
Oh, this kid's got to get his 8 hours.
There's no way a 5-year-old can wake up and get out of bed without upsetting the entire cosmos.
Of course.
Comes down the stairs. Susan's freaking out about Richard. Exposition that Connie went skating with Henry at Miller's Pond. And his eyes bug out of his head.
He knows where this place is. He's been there 4 days, 5 days max.
Town's not that big. He's furiously running through the woods. Extreme close up of him running, scampering down a hill.
There are a ton of people skating.
He runs out on the ice without skates, slipping and sliding all over the place.
Some guy says, "Where's your skates?" Disembodied voice.
Shout out to Disembodied Voice. The crazy thing is, in this case, if Connie dies, it really would be Mark's fault.
What?
What gaslighting are you trying to do here?
I'm not gaslighting, but here's the thing. We've established that Macaulay Culkin,
That's gaslighting.
his character, whenever he finds out there's something that you like, that's the thing he's going to focus on and try to ruin to get to you. So this idiot, instead of being like, oh, I don't care, has shown an abnormal amount of care for his kid cousin, which then signals to Macaulay Culkin, that's what you like? All right, let me fuck with that now. Had Mark not demonstrated any sort of affection or positive emotions towards it, she'd be fine. It's his fault.
You're gaslighting Elijah Wood's character in a movie 30 years ago.
100% gaslighting.
Can you guys skate?
I've never tried ice skating.
Maze?
I haven't in a long time. Probably wouldn't go well.
You're too tall.
Did you once upon a time?
Poorly, not well.
Because I'm pretty surprised the Culkins are pretty good. That's not stunt doubles.
There was definitely at least one Mighty Duck style stunt double.
For sure. Yeah.
Or MVP Most Valuable Primate style stunt double.
No, there was no stunt double there. Not an MVP.
What?
That was a chimp.
They're skating together, holding hands. There's caution tape up on an area with thin ice. Macaulay is going in circles.
He is whipping her around.
She's loving it.
She's keeping up.
He hurls her. She careens through the tape, slides to a halt after screaming, gets up. Ice starts to crack. She falls through. Elijah's screaming.
I got a question.
Please ask the question.
We have these frozen ponds, right? One small area is taped off because it's too thin ice or it's cracked ice or whatever. Who handles that? That's okay. Hey, just stay away from this one little area.
Zach, same note too.
Does a park ranger handle that?
Mr. Miller.
There is a part of this lake, thin ice. This is very dangerous. You could die, drown, hypothermia, whatever.
Don't go over there. Over here, put 100 people on there.
How are we going to keep people away from the dangerous part?
A little bit of tape will do it. That'll handle it.
Mr. Miller owes money to the mob. He's got to come up with that envelope no matter what. Oh, the thin ice? Fuck you, pay me. This is his way of, look, I can't shut it down. I cannot close.
I've got Mr. Miller is just another Brad Wesley. I think he's setting all this shit up.
So you've got Miller as the mob.
Yeah, I think this is him putting danger in the town.
Just enough so they get hooked on it.
What are they going to do? Not go ice skating? It's Miller's Pond.
Exactly. I like this idea.
Yes, and.
Yeah.
Whoa. Historic.
Got there. Yeah.
It took 246 episodes.
I do yes and a lot. You guys just don't recognize it.
You just no-butted it.
You just no-butted right there.
I didn't say no.
Macaulay crawls out like a soldier to the hole. Connie pops up, struggling in slow motion.
This is pretending to push the door open button on an elevator. His reach out.
The angle is perfect because everyone sees him.
It's perfect. They all think he's doing it.
And of course, no adult gets involved right away.
They're just leaving it up to a small child?
They won't even let Elijah through. They're holding him back in the crowd. Macaulay is not even attempting to grab her. She falls under the water.
He's so ass off.
She's under the ice and opens her eyes. I'm like, you're still alive?
Incredible. She won't die.
She will not die.
Very, very frozen.
How weak was Richard?
Died in 6 inches of water.
Getting submerged in a lake.
The camera goes underwater. Finally, some adults come over. Mr. Miller brings his axe. Connie is under the newly formed ice. They're chopping it up. Macaulay Culkin look on with no expression. They pull this girl out of the ice. She's bright red and limp.
Cut to the hospital. Mom's running through. Wallace says she's fine. I said, maybe don't let your kids near water anymore.
Now Elijah is the one cucking from outside the hospital room.
Ass on sleeping, by the way.
For someone who is obsessed with the death of a child, she really does a shit job of paying attention to the living ones and making sure they're not dying.
She's a horrible mother.
CT5 worst moms.
Back to the cliffs. That's where Susan is. Elijah goes to talk to her. Tells her he doesn't think what happened at the pond was an accident. Explains that Macaulay waited until he got there to spin her around, let her go, and throw her toward the thin ice. What are you trying to tell me? I've told you. I'm telling you.
Connie didn't just slip. You don't know what he is. Henry tried to cook Connie, and he could do it again.
She slaps the shit out of him. I warned you, Elijah.
She slapped the shit out.
Stop it. Stop it. That's a lie. Don't ever come to me with these lies again.
She really hit him.
Ass off, because she definitely put some extra. It's like, you ever heard Snoop talk about being in Starsky and Hutch with Vince Vaughn?
You know that nigga really hit me in real life in Starsky and Hutch? I'm gonna take you to the scene. It was the golf course scene. Me and Vince Vaughn, we rehearsing in the scene. It says, well, Vince is gonna say a line, and then Snoop's character, Huggy Bear, is gonna interrupt him, and Vince is gonna say, hey, don't you interrupt me. So, okay, me and the director, Todd Phillips, we get an understanding, so it's time to shoot. So now we on set, so nigga like, and action. The nigga saying his lines, I'm all ready and doing my shit. The nigga say something, I'm like, hey man, that nigga said, bah! He slapped the dog shit out of me.
No way.
Nigga on my mama. The nigga in me was finna punch him, right? But the actor in me...
I sold it. You sold it.
The actor in me was like... and I shrugged it off, and I went to my next line, and I did that shit, and I killed your nigga, and they was like, and cut, nigga. Everybody started clapping, and the nigga Vince Vaughn hugged me tight as a motherfucker, said, man, don't kill me, man. I just felt the urge, man. It just felt like... I said, you felt the urge, you dog-head motherfucker, you. You felt the urge. That nigga slapped the shit out of me, cuz.
That's exactly what she did. She went for it.
Yeah.
And I applaud that as an actor.
She slaps the shit out of him and then immediately hugs him. 90s parenting.
The funny thing is, that scene now feels so unhinged to us, but like back then,
normal.
Somehow, Macaulay Culkin went to the hospital by himself at night and walked into his sister's room.
Same note too. This is after visiting hours.
Clearly.
Walks up to the bed, grabs the pillow.
Susan clicks loud. Oh, hey mom, didn't see you there.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Got Chris Hansen by his own mom.
Said he was worried about Connie. Mom said Connie's pretty confused. I don't know if she's going to remember any of this. That's good.
Got amnesia from being cold?
That's something that would happen to David Sampson. He'd lie about amnesia because, I was frozen.
I was cold.
Yeah. Macaulay says it's probably better if she forgets the whole thing. It was an accident.
I know I always treated her like a bratty kid sister, but until yesterday, I never realized how much she meant to me. CT5 liars.
Mom buys it.
He excused himself. Time to go home by myself. I'll leave you here, Mom.
Go ahead.
Okay, bye.
As he's walking out, he turns and looks at her and says, tell Connie I was here. Bravo. Bravo. That's how you fucking nail the dismount.
Elijah talks to his dad for the first time tells him to come back. Explains Macaulay's really evil, killed a dog, tried to kill Connie. Pop says, let me talk to an adult.
Nobody's going to believe me.
Nobody will.
You're hearing all this unhinged stuff about this child, and he wonders what I would wonder. Where the fuck are the adults?
You can't wonder that, though, if you're on a road trip of Poon.
No, you can because you got permission for this from your brother who said, well, we'll look after him, and then proceeded to not look after him at all. CT5 Worst Brothers.
Whoa! CT5 Worst Brothers?
He convinced David Morse. Hey, I'm going to look after your child.
I would like a CT5 Worst Brothers episode.
You're my worst brother.
What about Dr. Davenport? She thinks I'm some screwed up little kid.
Well,
tells Mark to go see her, tell her what happened. He's coming home. He's not. He shows up to her office, walks in. Henry's already there.
He is a gaslighting king.
He's amazing.
Kid's a genius.
This is watching Steph Curry in the gold medal game. He's fucking hitting from all angles.
She says Henry said they've been having some problem. He's the problem. Mark, you're on his side, aren't you? I'm on your side too. No, you got to pick one.
Nope.
That's not how sides work, lady.
You don't believe in evil.
No, you're not. He's got you fooled just like everybody else. He runs out. Henry says, I didn't mean to cause any trouble. She immediately absolves him. Henry starts saying the way he acts when no one's around scares me sometimes.
Why? What does he do?
Please don't ask me that. I can't tell you.
Baits the hook and reels her in.
Cobra formula.
Please, Henry, tell me everything. Everything?
Cut to Mark in the tree.
Probably pops his head up.
Sure missed an interesting session. I like therapy. You fucking asshole.
What did you tell her? Sorry. That's strictly confidential.
Fucking killer.
Dropping bars left and right.
Golden dumpster.
Then he delivers a veiled threat to Elijah.
But you better stop telling lies about me, because no one's going to believe you.
Sooner or later, they're gonna find out about you.
Who's they?
My dad? My mom? I told your mom.
Why would she believe you? She's my mom, not yours.
You know you're wrong about that. She is my mother.
Your mom? You crazy? Your mom's maggot food.
Throw the towel.
Dog, are you crazy?
Golden dumpster.
Throw the tile.
Throw the tile. You're done.
You're done.
My mom said she'd always be with me. She chose your mom as a way of coming back. But I guess you wouldn't understand that. But it's true. She's my mother now.
Hey, Mark. Don't fuck with me.
Banger.
Ah, damn it, man.
This is a movie where Macaulay Culkin smoked, committed murder, and dropped an F-bomb.
R rating.
Elijah really believes that his mom is Susan now, and we're letting that fly?
I told you guys.
His mom has been in the ground for 6 days. This kid is saturated with trauma. Of course he does.
I don't know about of course he does.
This kid needs so much therapy. And I mean from a real therapist, not Lady Davenport over there, getting her back blown out in college when the fucking market crashed.
Oh, yes, and him on that one.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Mark slowly slides down the rope of the treehouse. Macaulay mean mugging.
Nighttime, Mark wakes up. Henry's not in bed. Mark gets up, checks on Connie. She's fine. Goes downstairs to creep. Fridge door is open. Walks up to it. Henry right behind him.
Macaulay cooking.
Looking for a midnight snack. Go ahead. Eat. Drink. Don't let me stop you.
He's a sidler. He sidles up to him.
Elijah's suspicious. What did you do?
Do? Me? Oh, I get it. You think I put something in the family's food. You think Mark, come on. You really think I'd do a thing like that?
This is straight out of the Mean Greatest Hits file, by the way. All the shit I used to do, and like, why would I do that? And then everyone believes that I actually did something.
Used to?
Well, I mean, I don't...
Used to?
Macaulay wakes up his parents, tells them to come quick. Mark is furiously dumping all the food down the sink into the garbage disposal.
A full serving bowl of spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah.
A full orange. Unpeeled.
Yes.
Please tell me that we menaged on this one.
What?
Troll 2?
Oh.
Yeah, he should have peed on it. That would have been a more effective way to get rid of the food.
I didn't think of it.
Oh, Zach!
Henry's a fucking genius. That was my next note.
This is the best gaslighting ever because Macaulay has convinced him that he makes poison in his murder shed and has poisoned potentially all the food.
Everything.
We are so firmly in the 20 CB, dumping this shit into the sink. Have you heard of compost?
It's a Seinfeld episode where he accidentally drops her toothbrush in the toilet. When he finally tells her, she locks him out of his apartment, finally lets him back in, and won't tell him what she put in the toilet. Could be any of this shit.
There's no better way to demonstrate that you are batshit crazy than to do this.
Yes.
Than to dump every bit of food furiously? Absolutely.
Poor thing style. It's a furious dump.
He's stabbing the food.
She stops him, repeating, stop, 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 stop.
You don't understand. He's trying to poison you.
Wallace puts him in the dead kid's room. We'll talk in the morning.
Same note too, bro.
What for? Nobody believes me.
This is the ultimate.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
Macaulay Culkin right here. Peeking around his dad's arm.
That's a great photo.
Ass off.
At this point, Wallace is like, your dad's going to be back soon. I don't know, kid. Keep it together.
This dude, man.
Susan decides for the first time as a parent to go investigate her serial killer son's murder shed.
That's
crazy. Now she wants to investigate.
Yeah.
Now.
Well, because when she told Henry to go back to bed, he Homer Simpsoned into that doorway. Slowly went back.
There's a doll hanging from a noose.
Doesn't think anything of it.
Nope. Masks, all kinds of tools.
Tools, duct tape, zip ties, and gloves. I have to have my tools.
He sees the rubber duck from that dead kid picture.
That's a rubber duck, man.
Henry walks in and asks what she's doing.
It's his property.
I was just looking around.
You have a warrant?
She says, if something were wrong, you would tell me, wouldn't you? What do you mean? Sometimes when we're kids, we do things. What kind of things?
What kind of a thing?
Things we feel bad about. He says, I don't feel bad about anything.
Oh, well, there's your sign right there. That's a mean.
Yeah. Oh, man, that kid's cool.
Feelings?
That kid's cool. Oh, man, that kid's cool.
Okay, I get it now. He holds up the duck. He whispers in a hush, where'd you get that?
He should have said Target. Where the fuck you think I get it?
That's his trophy from his previous murder.
You know where I got it.
Susan couldn't find it after the accident, asked if he's had it the whole time. It was mine before it was his.
But you knew I was looking for it.
That reminds me of the mountain and the hound in Game of Thrones. The mountain burned the hound because he was playing with his toy.
Thought I stole one of his toys. I didn't steal it. I was just playing with it.
How'd you get it? I took it. I'm sorry, Mom. I took it because I wanted something to remember Richard by. That's all.
That's a great pivot.
Can I have it back, please? She says no. He says it's his.
He snaps, lunges at his mom. Give it to me.
They start struggling for it. How is she this week?
He uses his strength to pry it free.
Careful.
That's the sister. That's not him.
Oh.
Although he also, right here, a little bit.
He runs off. He runs to the cemetery, straight to the well, and throws it down.
Yep. He's breathing heavily.
Cut to Mom on the cliff. This is when I realized I finally put it together. We see her from behind. We see the hair. French Stewart. From behind, she looks exactly like French Stewart.
He doesn't have as much hair. His is more...
Up front, he doesn't. But from the back, you can see it.
Okay.
Henry's looking in the mirror with fake tears on his face.
You glue on tears.
I said, I bet Amin's done this.
I can't fake cry. The best I could do is grab eye drops.
That's what he did. Those are eye drops.
Oh.
Those aren't real tears.
There you go. All right. Went back in.
We're back in.
What are you doing? Missing someone. Who? Macaulay asks if Elijah cried at his mom's funeral. He doesn't know. Macaulay, playing coy, says he wouldn't hurt his own mom. Elijah said that Susan was his mom.
Oh.
It's Mark's fault. Every time he shows he likes something, Henry's going to kill that thing.
It's not his fault. This kid's a psychopath.
Just stop saying you like people.
Your mom, my mom. What the hell? We'll both miss her.
I'll kill you first.
Poor Mark. So violent. So disturbed. If you don't watch out, they're gonna lock you up.
Elijah grabs some scissors and tackles Macaulay, puts the scissors to his throat.
I could kill you now.
Go ahead. Jam it in. Gotta push pretty hard, though. The blood will go right across the room. Come on. Come on.
This is giving someone a gun and then putting it up to your temple and then say, come on, take the safety off. Once you demonstrate, I'm up here, they have to back down. No one wants to follow you there. Fucking great stuff. Great stuff.
This is all evidence. You know that, right?
Wallace comes in. Macaulay asks his dad for help. Wallace grabs Elijah. Elijah's rambling about Macaulay wanting to hurt people. Wallace is going to call Alice Davenport. Elijah tries to run away, and then Wallace locks him in the office as Elijah screeches.
An office that has so many doors, so many windows.
So much glass everywhere.
Yeah.
Susan drives up in a minivan. Elijah's banging on the window, yelling her name, but Macaulay intercepts.
He never at any point calls his aunt or uncle Aunt Susan or Uncle Wallace.
No.
Well, we got the exposition in the beginning. We don't need it anymore.
That's true.
You're my aunt! You're my dad's brother's wife! Susan!
That means we're family.
That means we're family!
Sees Henry out there ready to talk to her. He says, Mom, guess what? I decided to clean out the shed. And she's just like, just stop. We got to talk. He goes, can we go for a walk? You know, like we did when I was little.
Good pivot. Good gaslight.
She walks. Mark sees it, goes to a new window. She can't hear him. Are those triple pane windows? Then he gently pushes a wicker chair through the window. I said, okay, third of a pane window.
Breakaway triple pane.
What's happening?
Breakaway soundproof.
Wallace stops him from leaving. The shrink is there. He breaks free, bolts out of the house.
He bolts. They don't even bother giving chase.
No, they don't follow. That's it. That's a wrap on Wallace and Alice. See ya. Thanks for playing.
She tells Henry that he has to tell her the truth now. What happened the night Richard died? Don't you know? She wants to hear it from him. I was downstairs playing. Henry, don't lie to me. Now tell me, did you kill Richard? What if I did? Craziest thing you've ever heard from a kid.
It's also still gaslighting.
Of course.
Hasn't admitted to anything. That's how you do it. You don't admit to anything.
It breaks Susan's brain. She's stammering. They'll get him help. You don't look too good, Mom. Looks like you need the help.
She does. Is he wrong? Does she not need help?
Susan wants her child to trust her. No, I can't.
He backs away, says that she's going to send him away, put him in one of those places. I'd rather die and be beep, bop, boop.
He takes off running. Susan chases after him. More of this zoomed in camera work where we can't see shit. Now they're at the edge of the cliff. She runs to the edge looking for him. She somehow lost him. He okey-doked her. He's behind her.
He's hiding behind a bush that doesn't have leaves on it.
She fell for the oldest trick in the book.
Looking for me, Mom? You really thought I was going to jump, huh? Guess you don't know me very well. And he rushes his mom, lightly taps her. She flops like Vlade Divac.
Whoa!
She rolls backward off the cliff.
That extra roll.
This is an incredible golden dumpster of her taking the charge here and then rolling.
Yeah.
As she falls, she gets caught on a tree branch. And by that, I mean, we can see the wire.
You can see the wire
up her sleeve in multiple shots.
You see the wire so brazenly that I thought, oh.
You thought that was a vine?
Did he catch her with a rope to dangle her?
No.
Crazy.
They don't give a shit.
The makeup now of her all bloodied and her bloody knuckles and everything, fantastic.
Yeah, man. I kind of got confused of where the blood came from because for a second I was like, did he punch the shit out of her? But then I was like, oh, I guess.
No, she just slid down a fucking cliff.
She slid down the cliff, yeah.
Macaulay's above her, about to throw a rock down on her head. Here comes Elijah like Grant Williams months ago.
Yeah.
Ray Lewis coming across the middle. Now they're wrestling, playing night crawlers at the edge of the cliff like the Lion King.
She's climbing up?
Free climbing.
What is she, Ethan Hunt?
That's my Sean Astin. There's no fucking chance.
What?
This woman is climbing back up the cliff.
That's insane.
A mother's adrenaline. Sometimes they can lift cars or free climb a cliff wall.
She couldn't wrestle a rubber duck from her kid.
Yeah.
She got a duck wrestled from her and she got knocked 15 feet back by a 12-year-old jogging at her.
Jogging from 6 feet away.
Macaulay's got his elbow in Elijah's throat. I'm going to kill you.
Hits him with a rock.
Punching him, choking him.
He cracked him.
That's a great move where he picks up the rock and he punches him.
We're doubling down on the daisy chain as they both roll off and she grabs them both.
Mm-hmm.
And Macaulay switching back to sweet.
Yeah.
Pouring it on. I love you, Mom.
I need your other hand.
Oh, man, he's great.
It's a genius, man.
This is a great overhead shot cinematically.
It's incredible. This is one of the best scenes we've ever had.
Knocked it out the park.
Mark starts to slip. She grabs him tighter. He's slipping out of her hand. Henry says, I love you. She decides out of nowhere to drop her son to his watery, rocky death.
Real Susan's choice here.
I hate that. I remember this so differently. I remember him saying something that triggers in her mind and now she lets him go or whatever.
No.
I don't remember it being this easy.
This was his one misstep because he should have sounded, because Elijah's desperate as shit. He's like, oh, he's freaking out. And he's so calm that I think that's the trigger. The trigger is like, oh, you're way too calm for this shit. That means you're evil. She lets him go. Her grip on Elijah, even with two hands, that kid's going down to.
Of course.
She's losing both of them, right?
Yeah.
Elijah had the blood-covered hand.
It's a great shot of him falling.
Good fall and scream.
The most ass-off scream as he falls. Ah! I stood up and cheered.
CT5 deaths, update the list.
Oh, yeah?
Move Henry to number 4. Bump everyone down 1. Goodbye, Sam Jackson.
Oh, no.
Wow.
For me, I want you to move Mayor Dragged Away by Wolves up to this first OLI and put Macaulay Culkin's death as my second OLI.
Also, CT5 villains list. Please move the Hurricane from Hurricane Heist off the list. And at number 3, we are putting Susan the Mom.
Whoa. What? For killing her serial killer son.
She, 1, has been committing crime after crime with how she parents, leaving these children unattended.
She's a bad parent. Yeah.
She's a villain.
I would like to lodge a formal protest that Zach has this woman less villainous than me. No fucking way. She's above me, dude.
Above you?
I'm number 2 on Zach's list. There's no way that...
And guess what? You're not leaving it.
What?
You're going to stay number 2 forever.
No, come on, man. Unfair.
I'd like to lodge a complaint.
Yeah.
I got something for you to lodge.
Oh.
They look at his body getting washed away on the rocks.
That's a great shot.
Great shot. Maze, I need you to clip in Walk Hard.
Wrong kid died, god damn it.
Because the wrong kid died.
She's going to jail.
Of course.
You can't drop your child off a cliff for any reason.
Nope.
She has to.
And we know everyone in town loved that boy.
Absolutely.
There's no way anyone's going to be like, yeah, he deserved to die. Or whatever. Everyone's like, what?
Sweetest kid in the world.
He's the best kid.
The dad's not going to believe it. The fucking therapist isn't going to believe it.
Nobody.
There's no way.
Nope.
Connie can't remember shit, so she's not going to believe it.
Meanwhile, this little animal gets to live.
Unreal.
Breaking windows with chairs, throwing the food in the sink.
Oh, I thought you meant Susan. Cut to the shot in the desert from the beginning of the movie.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Back where his dead mom's ashes are.
Voiceover exposition. Did not see that one coming.
Henry is gone, and the rest of us are safe. But sometimes, late at night, I find myself thinking, not about Henry, but about Susan, and wondering, if she had it to do over, would she make the same choice? I guess I'll always wonder, but I know I'll never ask.
Also didn't need it.
We pan away. He's alone in the desert.
It's a pretty crazy ending. Let's not deal with any of the fallout. Let's not have dad come back from Tokyo.
No.
Let's not even have Wallace leave the house.
They wanted to keep it to an hour and 26 minutes, soup to nuts. And the trial's going to be at least 30 minutes.
This movie's lean.
Super lean.
I didn't need any of that.
Such an easy watch.
I don't need any resolution from dad and his fuck fest of a tour of the nation.
I wouldn't mind a deleted scene of it, but yeah, I'm with you.
It's fuck fest.
It's fuck fest.
2 more fucks, I'll fuck.
You know what? Let's go to our CT5 names.
What are you doing?
Dr. Sirius Leary, PhD, gone.
What?
His fuck fest from this movie. Roll credits.
What does every USAA member have in common? Family. We're one big family who supports the military community and their eligible families. And if you, your parent, or spouse served, you could join our family and save big on auto insurance. Visit USAA.com/join today to check your eligibility. Membership eligibility and product restrictions apply and are subject to change. USAA means United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
The new McCrispy Strip is here. Dip approved by ketchup, tangy barbecue, honey mustard, Sprite, McFlurry, Big Mac sauce, double dipped in buffalo and ranch, more ranch, and creamy chili McCrispy Strip Dip. Now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled. But stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
Who cares if you lose the game? You got this off your chest. I mean, it's just one night of bar trivia.
One night of bar trivia is sacrosanct to us.
Trivia is sacrosanct. Although production was expected to begin in January 1991, several delays arose related to the casting of Macaulay Culkin. Michael Lehman, repeat offender from Airheads, was hired to direct the $15 million project with $4 million already invested in the construction of sets in New England, and Mary Steenburgen had been added to the cast as Susan. In a meeting with Culkin in 1991, Lehman decided the 12-year-old was too young for the role and suggested the studio find another actor. However, Macaulay's father and manager, Kit Culkin, refused to sign a contract for Fox's Home Alone 2 unless his son was also cast in The Good Son, which he saw as an opportunity to widen the boy's acting range. Because the Home Alone sequel was scheduled to shoot in December 1991, Fox agreed to delay the November 1991 start of The Good Son until the following autumn. Although the deal stipulated that Culkin would receive $2 million, Fox executives approved the actor for both films with the hope of later convincing Kit Culkin to reconsider. Lehman and Lawrence Mark traveled to New York City to read scenes with Macaulay, but were unsuccessful in persuading him to leave the project. Fox embraced the decision and shut down production on October 15th, 1991, claiming that having, quote, the only child in America that sells tickets was worth the additional $3 to $4 million to postpone production and hire a new director. Lehman, who was paid up front, decided to pursue other projects.
You have to.
So it cost some money to delay it. It cost some money to get another director. And they're like, well, we need Macaulay Culkin.
Maze, I've got him getting paid $5 million to do this movie. $5 million for him, Elijah Wood, only $1 million. They had cast for the role of Henry, Jesse Bradford. And then because of the whole thing with Kit Culkin, sorry, kid, hit the road.
Days before production began, Kit Culkin rejected Rubin's choice for Macaulay's on-screen sister and insisted filmmakers recast the role with his daughter, Quinn Culkin. A few weeks later, Kit Culkin had producer Lawrence Mark fired from the project due to his association with former director Michael Lehman.
What?
This dude is a menace.
Ian McEwan wrote the script. Fox asked him to write the script. They were very loose on what they wanted. They asked for a screenplay of, quote, about evil, possibly concerning children. With that prompt, he came up with The Good Son. He said of the process, quote, the idea was to make a low-budget, high-class movie.
What is he, Taffer?
Not something that Fox would naturally make a lot of money on.
You care about this evil kid, don't you?
You got 7 plowmen driving by this movie every day.
Every day. McEwan has the sole screenwriting credit for the movie, but only after a big fight on his part. After disagreements with director Joseph Rubin, McEwan was fired, and Rubin's colleague David Lowery took over. But when they planned to have the 2 screenwriters share dual credits for the role, McEwan threatened to sue and ultimately got his way. Now McEwan is the only screenwriter billed for The Good Son.
Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood became very close friends during production and remain so to this day. The cigarette that Mark and Henry smoked was a tube filled with dried parsley and lettuce leaves. Elijah Wood later admitted that he was delighted as a child actor to be in an R-rated movie since he was routinely watching horror movies at the time and had sophistication on dark subject matter.
Have to.
The final scene in which Henry and Mark are hanging from a cliff was actually filmed on location rather than a set for safety. Not only that, but Macaulay Culkin did his own stunts as he fell from the 180-foot cliff.
What?
They had him attached to a 30-foot safety cable. He agreed to do the stunt on one condition. He could get a BB gun.
You'll put your eye out.
Unbelievable. Children.
More on that scene. It was filmed at Palisade Head, Minnesota, and they used tugboats to make Lake Superior appear more choppy like the Atlantic Ocean since the film is set in Maine. And they did dangle off the cliff, but there was also an identical fake cliff constructed near the real cliff to do close-up shots more safely.
This movie was when Macaulay Culkin realized he was becoming unhappy with his acting career. He told New York Magazine, quote, I just remember the exact point when I was growing a little more tired during The Good Son. I'd already done 1 or 2 things that year, and I just said to Kit, listen, I'm really getting tired and I'm not at school as much as I'd like to be. I really need some time off. And he said, yeah, sure. And the next thing I knew, I was on the next set doing the next thing, and it just kind of clicked in my brain. Okay, there's basically nothing I can do to make this stop.
Damn.
Like Amin pointed out, Henry wears 2 different colored shoes, one black and one white. It was stated by the director it represents evil and good, respectively.
Duality.
Just like Two-Face.
All right, Zach, are you ready for some of these titles?
Yes.
In South America, the movie was called El Ángel Malvado, or The Evil Angel.
Is Legion?
In Italy, La Innocenza del Diavolo, The Devil's Innocence.
The Devil's Innocence, not bad.
And in Japan, Kikenasobi, or The Dangerous Play.
I don't like that at all.
Further international notes here, as someone mentioned in the reviews, in England, there have been 2 kids, 2 10-year-olds that murdered a 2-year-old. The movie was not released theatrically in the UK. Instead, they put it out on video, and the video was edited. The full version did not come out until like 4 years later on DVD.
I'd like you all to do an experiment on a plant, something that may benefit mankind. And if you devise something that groundbreaking, I guarantee you a A in this course.
Oh, well, hold on, man. You following me? You can't do that, Lionel. Look, man, if you don't want me to have a foreman job, I understand, but I need my fucking job, man.
Lewis Pinnock Accent Award.
The pedo.
Geppetto. Wow. Yeah, how about that?
Connecting dots.
Call him Geppetto, please.
Yeah, it's Geppetto.
Let's show me who the horsemen are, guys.
Yeah, we got soul.
Five Horsemen. Man, front loaded with exposition. It was coming crazy at the beginning. Mommy talk, zero supervision / bad parenting.
Terrible parenting, yeah.
All 90s parenting.
Reincarnation, Macaulay Culkin, and gaslighting.
I think it's got to be gaslighting.
I think it's gaslighting because he's successful at it.
Super successful.
Bad parenting and zero supervision is rampant.
Why do you guys think it's gaslighting?
Why would your dad?
It's clearly gaslighting. He's gaslighting everyone throughout this movie.
Tomato.
Rotten tomato.
Means trying to gaslight us out of that is the horseman. It's not going to work.
Don't do anything.
Breathe in through nose, out the mouth.
Ass on, ass off.
Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex. Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex.
Ass on, fucking ass off. Ass on, fucking ass off.
Michael Biehn Memorial Ass On Award, Quinn Culkin, Connie Evans.
Yeah.
Who essentially was blackmailed into the movie.
I was considering the mom until she slapped the shit out of him. And then I was like, no, that's legit.
No, Susan? Susan was ass off, dude.
The way she took the charge?
She wasn't good.
Pensive on the cliff? Ass off for Susan.
No, not at all.
Wallace was more ass on than she was.
Carl Weathers Memorial Ass Off Award. It's the two heavyweight child actors, Macaulay Culkin versus Elijah Wood.
The dog.
And the dog.
The dog's great.
If we had to pick one, it's Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, I think so. It's real close, but yeah, I think he's better.
Elijah kind of has to play the straight man to a lot of this.
I identified a lot with Elijah Wood in having to play the straight man next to an absolute psychopath.
I identify with Macaulay Culkin for everyone trying to blame him for everything that's going wrong instead of taking responsibility for their actions.
Unbelievable.
He murdered a toddler.
I mean, we don't know. What if he did, though?
Are you good at keeping secrets?
Absolutely.
Because I've got a present for you. Secret present outside by the dumpster.
Is it a baseball mitt?
To fit you like a baseball mitt, like a glove. I hope.
Golden Dumpster nominees. This incredibly dope house in Maine that's really in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
$8 million listing on Zillow. Henry's custom-made crossbow. 2 kids carrying a bloody dog corpse in a burlap sack into a cemetery and throwing it into a well. Causing a huge traffic accident with Mr. Highway.
Mr. Highway. Mr. Highway also ass off.
Mark furiously dumping all the food down the sink. And Susan flopping like Vlade Divac and rolling off the cliff.
I got a couple more for you. I'm not going to let you die, Mom. Cut to her funeral.
That's filmmaking.
And the yell Macaulay Culkin makes when he falls.
I'll also add them not listening to Mark at all while arguing about The Room is so funny to me. Him saying, what did you tell the therapist? Sorry, that's strictly confidential.
Oh my God, got his ass.
Him saying, your mom, are you crazy? Your mom's maggot food.
Did we say killing the dog? I know you said disposing the dog, but the killing of the dog also, Golden Dumpster.
My pick for Golden Dumpster is going to be her slapping the ever-loving shit out of him.
Dog, that's a great slap. I'm going to go with, man, as much as Cut to the Funeral made me laugh, it's got to be the moment where I was all in on Macaulay Culkin, Mr. Highway. Lock it in, Golden Dumpster.
So the Mr. Highway gaslighting, the Mr. Highway accident.
All of that. All of it.
All of it?
I wouldn't call it gaslighting.
It's gaslighted.
I would say all of it.
The life and times of Mr. Highway.
Maze?
I really like the crossbow. I really like that house. I don't know if that's a Golden Dumpster. because I think I'm probably going to watch this about 75 more times between now and when the episode is released, I'm going with Susan flopping like Vlada Divac and rolling off the cliff.
Great, man.
Man, she crumples.
And you combine it with the wire catching her.
It's a hell of a stunt.
I just realized the smoking scene is going to get a great snacky tuna meme out of it.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
The unhoused gentleman.
The unhoused child.
The first time I offered an unhoused gentleman a cigarette by the 7-Eleven. Well, Zach, you picked it, motherfucker.
Motherfucker. I like that.
Oberfile.
No preamble needed. It's a file. It's such an easy file. I fucking love this movie. Hadn't seen it in decades. I still love this movie. It's so funny. It's so good. The kids are great. Well, not Connie, but the two main kids are great. The dog is great. Easy file.
Mayes?
It's undeniable that in the hands of two lesser child actors, this could have been one of the worst movies ever made.
Could have been so bad.
Yeah.
You cast almost any other child from the 90s. Jonathan Taylor Thomas. It's a terrible movie.
Without Kit Culkin's maniacal stage parenting and blackmail of the studios to get his kid in this movie, we're looking at a flop, so they can thank him for that.
Kit Culkin, genius. Thank you for your service.
Master gaslighter, just like his son.
Underappreciated.
This is not the type of movie that I would ever seek out on my own, but the horrible parenting, letting these kids run rampant over Maine, having a murder shed in the backyard, building a crossbow from scratch, killing a dog. Not once does a cop even breathe in this movie.
The only time the cops are around is when they're going after Mr. Highway's death.
Mr. Highway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only time cops are in this movie.
The dad's complete absence in the wake of his wife's death.
Oh, he's in Koreatown. His dad drove to Reno and had a fuck party.
We said Koreatown earlier. The idea was in my head, but then we got sidetracked. Now that you say it, in my mind, it's the scene from Rush Hour 2 where they open the shit and he's like, oh, thank you so much. They got all these courtesans there.
Courtesans, yeah.
This is an awful taste, great execution type movie. It's a file.
Amin?
Look, I was smitten.
Let's get that broom out and start sweeping that green.
Go ahead. Like you said, no preamble needed. It's a green sweep. But this was very well shot.
Yeah.
Very well set up.
Except for them running through the woods, but yeah.
They're bingo children at the end of the day. Like, they're not perfect. There's a part of me that almost pines for the version that doesn't feature Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood, because I think it would be so much funnier. It would be way funnier if they were awful at this.
I wouldn't mind that, yeah.
I would laugh my ass off. I was laughing anyway, but it would make it even funnier. No, man. Watching these two guys go at it, I mean, I know casting Macaulay Culkin at this point is rubber stamped.
Yeah.
You knew he was going to be great, but Elijah Wood, how early was this in his career?
It's pretty early.
He'd had a couple movies already, but to me, North, Flipper, Huck Finn, that's when he's cemented himself as a legitimate actor. This movie's before North and Flipper.
Yeah, I agree.
He fucking killed it, bro. Macaulay Culkin killed it. David Morse, all in a day's work. File.
I can't even give him the award because he didn't do anything good.
What are you talking about? It was fantastic.
Yeah, he really drove that Jeep.
Send us your overfile. Golden Dumpster, ass on, ass off. 5 Horsemen, Louis Pinnock, Plot Lift Off, at Talk Hoops, at Darth Amin, at Corn Puzzle, at Cinephobe, at Count the Dings, or drop in that Discord, patreon.com/Count the Dings.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.
Mean?
This is tough because there's a daisy chain that I think is really good that takes us to a movie that I think is going to be a great Cinephobe movie, but it's a rental. There's another daisy chain that I feel is maybe a little lazy on my part, and it's going to take us to a popular movie that is not a rental, but I don't think it's going to give us the same type of Cinephobe episode. So I'm really caught between a rock and a hard place here. We have done a lot of rentals lately.
This would be 5 out of 6.
Yeah.
So this would be full on Rental Wars territory.
Blame Tubi.
I don't want to do that to the listeners. And also, I think that this movie, because the episode will come out right around the end of November, gives us a natural segue into the holiday season. So my daisy chain is undiagnosed childhood psychosis.
Fantastic. I don't even care what the movie is.
Home Alone 2. Kevin McAllister. is fucking certifiable.
Put me down for a file.
Your daisy chain could have been Kit Culkin studio blackmail.
Nope.
I'm so excited to do this movie.
Really?
Home Alone 2? Lost in New York?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a good Cinephobe episode.
I disagree.
No, but